Hmm. All right. What's going on, people? The person that's here, which is probably Barbecue Mike. What's happening? Like always, it'll take forever to get people in here. So let me drop this. Sound mute. Where's that at? There we go. You know it. All right, we got 4 peoples in here now. For whatever discussion we're going to discuss, which I don't know. We just usually come on here and usually just BS about whatever. Not many people care about my Starliner. My star headliner. Yeah. I took a break from YouTube and then I came back. Nobody's watching my videos. I should say nobody. There's a few. What up, cat? Do I look like a cat to you? Huh? Does this look like a cat? I don't think so. I seen it. What did you see? What are you talking about? The Grinch is not from. Who said the Grinch was from Mars, bro? That is my AI generated art. Okay. I said, show me the Grinch in space, and that's what it gave me. And House is up. What's up, dude? House is in here. Doing a live chat. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like I've been doing like once a month, probably. We can talk about it being a good time to go in the steel business, seeing that you can buy like 40 tons of that for $5. What's he talking about? What the hell is he talking about? I don't know what he means. I don't know. He's talking about the border wall. Oh. Well, this is the funny thing about that whole thing, right? So when I heard about they were doing that, I was like, these people are sick, man. So you're gonna sell it just so he's got to turn around and buy it back. So you're just gonna fleece the taxpayers just even more. I said, what needs to happen is some billionaire needs to come and go to that auction and buy all that shit up and then just give it to Trump. And then the lieutenant governor of Texas says they're going in and they're going to buy it all up and they're going to give it to Trump. That's what I heard earlier today. I was like, oh man, God bless Texas. I guess. Oh man. Oh, Biden selling all the border walls. Oh yeah, I just explained all that. But yeah, I guess the lieutenant governor. I seen that yesterday. I was like, that son of a bitch. Wait, I was like, what a piece of garbage that guy is. And then all of a sudden, I seen the lieutenant governor said they were gonna buy up all that stuff and give it to Trump. You would think Musk would be the one at the auction. Well, that guy's got I mean, just because he's the richest man in the world doesn't mean, that shit's all liquid, it's invested in stuff, but he bought Twitter for 44 billion or whatever. But yeah, why does Eli gotta bail us out of everything? I mean, you guys, the funny thing about him, he's the most successful African American there is. It's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah. I don't know if Musk has got to buy it. And Mr. Blitzkrieg, what's going on? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. It just started, so I can't tell you if I am or not. I got Monday off. Had to take it. I had a couple days I had to take for my or I lose them. So my anniversary date's coming up. And I get another 4 weeks vacation. And then y'all heard Ford Takeover is going to September. Moving it to September, which I find funny, kind of, because everybody's like, it's too hot in June. It rains in May. You don't think it's not 95 fucking degrees in September in Tennessee?
Yeah, but you got to admit, it'd still be a little bit cooler, though.
I don't know, man. I think it's going to be hot. That's my prediction.
I don't think it will be as hot.
I think it'll be hot. I think it'll be hot.
It probably will be. I mean,
it's climate change, bro. It's climate change. You know what I'm saying? and then after he gets that all set, then Holly, I guess, got a sponsor and decided to do Holly Ford Fest, and it's the weekend after Ford Takeover. And I was like, damn. So now there's people that are going to have to choose, if they're going to go to that one or this one, because some of them will go to both, but not everybody. You know what I mean?
So that's probably a good thing, though, that at least Holly's doing it after Ford Takeover instead of before Ford Takeover.
I know, but think of the people that have to unfortunately choose one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about. So,
I mean, hell, all you can do is just set a date, man. I mean, he probably chose that date before Holly made their announcement.
Oh, yeah, he did. They just announced. I just saw it, I think, last night or this morning or something. So,
what's up, John? Long time no see.
Doing better than the CEO that's been on the news lately. Yeah.
Yeah, that CEO's dead. I mean, hell of a lot of people doing better than him.
Yeah, and I think there's some sick individuals out there that have been saying that it's a good thing, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Somebody just got murdered, You
ever watched the Piers Morgan show?
Yeah.
Did you see where you had that stupid left-wing chick on there that said that she found joy in CEO getting that?
Taylor Lorenz.
That's boy. And he's not letting it go either. Pierce, he just keeps bringing that shit up.
No, she's a disgusting individual, man.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, people are like, saying that man was bad. Dude, he's caught by the system that allows him to do. I mean, their profit margins in the insurance industry are not big because of the regulations and shit like that. So, are there some things that insurance companies do that they probably shouldn't? Sure. But it doesn't mean you go around killing people for it,
No, and you got to remember, he's only one person of a gigantic company.
Exactly. And the other part of that is the kid who did it came from nothing but privileged in a rich family.
Yep.
And the guy he killed, the CEO, he started out when he was young. He was poor.
Yep.
He worked his way up. You know, so yeah, it's just disgusting.
But we can find the wrong in every company.
Yeah,
it's like when we go to Burger King, do we expect to pay $12 for a fucking combo? No. But you know what? That's just the way it is, you know?
Yeah.
And the people at the cash register, they don't get a chance to choose the prices or whatever. They just have to sell you the shit.
John, was it John Paul or John Paul? John Paul? What's going on?
Hey, can you hear all the noise in the background?
What noise in the background? What are you talking about? Where are you at?
All we hear is your big mouth.
They're getting all the cotton up. I'm just asking.
I just want all we hear is your big mouth.
I tell you what, you little. Never mind.
So what's going on there, Bam? How you doing, buddy?
I'm off till Wednesday. I'm doing good.
Off till Wednesday. Well, I was supposed to have an eye doctor appointment today, but I totally forgot about that motherfucker. I didn't go.
So the eye doctor?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a new pair of glasses, but dude, it just slipped my fucking mind. I didn't set like a notification or nothing like that on my phone for the time.
So what you're saying is you didn't see it coming.
Yeah, literally, I didn't see it coming.
He didn't see it on the calendar.
What made it so bad is I'm the one that called and set the damn appointment up.
Yeah.
And they asked me what time I wanted, and I said late afternoon if possible. So they accommodated me and gave me a damn 4 o'clock appointment, and I totally forgot about that motherfucker.
I can hear him now in that southern accent. Well, what time you want?
No, I can see on my insurance bill that they're probably going to charge me for that fucking visit.
I know what they said. I know what they said in a southern accent. Where's that little bastard at?
Yeah, they're probably going to charge me for that fucking visit because that's the way these damn companies out here do now. They set your appointment, you don't go, they charge you for that shit.
Oh,
I've been charged for a doctor's appointment I was supposed to go to, and forgot about that son of a bitch too.
Did you Southerners see my short I put up there?
I seen it.
yeah, I saw it.
You driving in the snow. Yeah, I'm doing 50 miles an hour or 55 miles an hour, getting ready to go into a turn. You Southerners try that. I started laughing.
And I said, I'm driving with one hand.
Yeah, but the bad thing was there was nowhere to put a comment.
Huh?
Yeah, they were.
Didn't show anywhere to put a comment. I was going to.
You can put a comment on there.
You can put a comment on there. It's just short.
People
Well, I tried, but it had nothing on there.
You just got to look to the on my screen, which you can say you got an Android like I do. Is usually a little bubble on the right, and then you click on the little bubble and leave a comment.
It wasn't there. I may have pulled it up in a different way or something. I don't know.
Oh, so it's the user.
Probably
yeah, it's definitely the user area this time. It's not the Android problem. Because I had the bubble. It's just I don't never leave comments on shorts or nothing like that.
Some dude commented, he goes, drive through the mountains of Vermont and come talk to me. I'm like, oh Jesus. I'm like, I wrote back to him. I'm like, I said, I said, are you kidding me? I've been in 10 times worse than this. I was like, that shit was nothing, man.
Yeah, get all the northern people fighting over snow.
And then you got a 4-wheel drive truck you're driving, so that little bit of shit you were in, probably was no big deal. And it probably wasn't froze either, was it? It hadn't started putting ice on the road at that point. It just slush.
Dude. It was 11 degrees.
Well, yeah. I guess you did have some ice on the building. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
And everybody, it was funny too that morning. I'm driving down the road. And I'm like, I caught up in these bunch of cars, and I'm like, man, I need to get away from these fools. They're all bunched up like NASCAR. One person makes a mistake, they're all gonna go.
Yeah, no shit.
So I'm looking in the left lane. The left lane is snow covered. I'm like, I'd rather be on the snow. There's traction with snow. Ice, there's not. So I'm like,
what's up, Dale? How you doing, buddy?
I'm like, you all driving that ice, I'm gonna drive in the snow. And I was just passing everybody. I was like, get away from me. I'm like, finally I got open road. I was like, yes. And then I ran into another group of NASCAR idiots.
Well, the thing about it is, Dale, in the area that he lives in, that was like flurries to him too, because usually he gets a lot of damn snow up there where he's at.
Who?
You
Funky, like you were saying, I was heading home today from work, and the guy was pulling a single wide trailer. A company was. I don't know. It's probably 15 years old, or probably less than that, whatever. And everybody's grouped up, so I backed off with my little bitty old Toyota.
Yeah.
And I come up on it, and about 3 minutes later, the roof come off and took a car out. So they're all bunched up around that damn thing. Hell, get away from it.
Oh, and that Dale, that wasn't today. That was yesterday morning.
Yeah.
true, Mr. Blitzkrieg. I agree. But hell, he's a CEO of a major company. Hell, pulling up his shit's not going to be hard. So,
well,
you don't shoot somebody over something stupid.
you know what made it so funny though is when they actually arrested him and took him, from the car into the building the first time, he was so calm. And then when they finally throwed him in that damn orange suit and was taking him back into jail when he had been charged, the dude just like lost his fucking cookies and was going stupid. I was like, what the hell, dude?
That's when his back pain was kicking in.
Yeah, yeah. That's when his drugs wore off.
No, he had a spinal fusion done.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, from taking all the drugs they said he was taking.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Talking about the dude that done the shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was doing a lot of drugs and shit like that.
Well, I'm talking about like crack and nothing, but just for his back.
I can't say that he's correct about that because I didn't hear about it. So.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it either. I didn't hear nothing about the drugs. That's the first time
I just know that one of the reasons why this dude did this is because he had back disc fusion or something done, and he's been in chronic nasty pain from it, and I guess he had some issues with the insurance company, and I'm just thinking, you're a fucking rich kid. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I mean,
I guess he found a way to get his damn meds now for free. He ain't got to pay for them.
He said he's like, it's lake effect snow. Oh yeah, lake effect's real. It's real. And somebody else in the video said, he goes, yeah, but you don't have something about not having the humidity. I was like, I said, people don't realize it gets humid as hell in Michigan. We're kind of surrounded by water.
Yeah. Hey, I was going to ask you, Funk, did you listen to the Piers Morgan show today?
No, I don't listen. I saw what he was. I saw what Taylor Renz said on his show.
Hello.
Excerpt from it. That's it. What's up, man?
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the dude that he interviewed today is a UFC fighter. He's like the interim heavyweight champion.
Oh, that's
he's an Englishman. Yeah, English guy, whatever.
Isn't it Tom Aspinall or whatever?
Yeah, and they said Dana has he said the fight is going to be guaranteed between him and Cowboy.
Cowboy.
Is it Cowboy I'm talking about? No, John Jones. Sorry, John Jones. Yeah, John Jones. I'm sorry. I you can tell I don't watch a whole lot of UFC, so
yeah.
But John Jones.
It'll be interesting to see because John Jones has been at the top for 14 years and he smashes everybody he fights.
Yeah. But they say this other dude's a pretty bad dude, though. That's what they say.
Tom Aspinall is a pretty tough dude, man. He's a pretty tough dude. So we'll see.
That's what they say.
We'll see. I mean,
I like what Piers Morgan said today. He said, John Jones he's wanting fuck money out of Dana White. And he said, most likely, Dana White will probably give him fuck money. That's exactly what damn Piers Morgan said. I was like, damn, I didn't think you cuss like that on the show. Holy shit.
You didn't see we had that woman on the other day when she said she had a bunch of joy for that boy shooting that CEO.
Yeah, dude, that's what we were just talking about. What last stream you been in?
Hello.
Yeah, but no, we were just talking about that.
Can y'all hear me or not?
Yeah, we got you. We got
okay.
you. We got you.
You're all talking some sort of weird sport or something. You lost me. Couldn't get a word.
It's called UFC.
Yeah,
where they actually fight like for real.
Oh, I remember.
It ain't like
it
ain't none of this Tyson
UFC
fight
1 or
shit
2
bullshit.
or something.
No, this is like real fighting.
Yeah, with Horace Gracie and all those guys.
Oh, Hoist, that's some old school stuff there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
some
whenever
real
I
old school.
remember it coming out. So I don't know what y'all watch nowadays, but
Yeah. Hoist, yeah, that the first UFC, that was no gloves, no rules, no time.
No, that was just brutal.
And then they brought Hoist in, and he started strangling these big guys.
Yeah.
And that's when they brought Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu onto the world. Everybody's like, because that was what that whole thing was set up for, was all the different mixed martial arts come together and see who's best. And it turned out to be Jiu-Jitsu.
yeah.
Man, I tell you what, if you got a
Grappler
good
right there.
jujitsu game, you can go a long ways in the UFC.
Oh yeah, they strangle you, man.
Oh, I am replicating, not 100% replicating, but I'm making this part right here, and here is my part.
Is that a rack spacer?
No, it's the wire loom mount,
Oh.
like on my RAM charger. It's got the big main harness loom.
Okay.
And I can't find these anywhere. Well, I found one place after a lot of search, and they wanted like $8 a piece for them. So I had that one. I designed it in SolidWorks and 3D printed it, and this is reusable instead
That's
of a
cool.
Christmas tree.
That's cool. It kind of looks like a rack limiter.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
does.
I just learned how to steer my car. I don't have to worry about oversteer.
Oh no! If you got wider tires.
I do. Mine rub. I just don't turn it quite as much.
Oh yeah, I don't. I have got them in a box somewhere, but I don't remember where they're at. So I was gonna put them on there so I could, because yeah, I got fat.
What?
God damn it.
What are you running, a 245 up front or something?
Yeah, those got 245s, but yeah, I got a fat ass Steeda sway bar on it too. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean it was rubbing on the stock one, but it's really rubbing on the Steeda one.
Well, I thought about upgrading my front sway bar, but after autocrossing it, my biggest problem is the rear end isn't stiffing up. I need to beef up the rear end or add the what's that adjustable thing? I forgot the brain fart. I never could afford one, so I don't know why I'm worried about it. But it's the thing that goes with your sway bar that kind of
Panhard?
I think it's maybe Panhard, or there was something else they called it. Another type of anti-roll bar or something that's adjustable.
Yeah, but it goes on it's like on the back into your car going sideways.
Well, I mean, I saw the price like $300, $400, $500. Like I'm out. So I just learned how to drive then.
Yeah, it's like I try not to turn my car that far too, when I'm back in my parking spot and whatnot. But once in a while, it's like, God damn it, I did it again, rubbed it.
Well, if it rubs a little bit when you're parking, that ain't gonna hurt anything. I mean, as long as you're not just like cranking on it, it's like, hey, it's
I know it still annoys me.
It does. But I mean, these cars are meant to have 15-inch, 15 by 7s on it and a 205 tire. And actually, I have a 205 tire on my car, and it probably don't rub anymore because I changed my springs. I put those Steedas in, but my wheel bearing was bad, so I hadn't had a chance to drop
What's up, Mr. Mach 1?
Mr. Mach 1.
But anyways, Funky, if you have an idea, like I said, I drew that in SolidWorks based on it. If you have an idea, you just send me a message or something, and maybe I can make you some parts. Well, I won't make them. I know someone who makes them, so
Okay.
co-work.
What's up, Mr. Gary?
Cool.
But I can draw it up and have him 3D print it if you needed some little widget or something.
Yeah.
I've been wanting it. You got your dash, and like I had that idea, just I haven't had a chance to get to it. And the printer I want's $1,500. So
yeah,
just make you a wooden wedge and drive it in there. You'll be fine.
it's the Russian wrestlers are beating everyone. You know what? I'm getting tired of those guys, and they're boring, man. I mean, they're just boring. I mean, look at the first Volkanovski fight when he fought Islam Makhachev. That dude held on to him, did nothing. Meanwhile, Volk, who he had control of, was punching him in the face from the front. He's got Volk's back. They're sitting on their butts, and he's hitting him in the face from his back. He's turning around, punching him. And they gave that fight to him. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, the wrestlers, man, they just make things boring when they hold on to people. So
that's why it's going to be interesting seeing that guy from England and John Jones fight the fight.
yeah, well, those guys. I mean, John's a wrestler, but he also does a lot of kicks and stuff. So he doesn't want to go to the ground, but if you want to take it there, he'll choke you out.
I'll tell you one thing though, he does got a good punch though. I won't take that away from him. He's got a hell of a punch.
Yeah, tasty beverage.
That freaking when he just beat Stipe Miocic, who probably shouldn't have been fighting, but he finished him off with a spinning back kick.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was like, whoa, and he just went down. I'm like, damn, that was right there.
Dude, I didn't realize how big that guy was today. When I seen him on that guy yeah, I didn't realize how big he was, but him and Pierce Morgan's got like this punching machine in a different studio that he was in.
Okay.
And they went over there and hit it and stuff like that. He was standing beside Pierce. I'm like, God damn, that's a big old dude.
Yeah.
Well, he's a heavyweight, ain't he?
He's a heavyweight, but he's not one of those fat heavyweights. This motherfucker's tall, dude.
Oh, he's solid.
Dude, he's got some long fucking arms, dude. Holy shit.
Look at Francis Ngannou. He was the heavyweight champion of the UFC, but he left the UFC. So he didn't lose the title. That dude is freaking, he's like a freaking Greek statue, dude. And he's a natural 265 pounds. He's naturally 265 pounds.
Well, and that's a lot of people naturally 265 pounds.
What's up, Chad? How you doing, buddy?
Well, no, I'm talking about lean fucking chisel.
Yeah. You're talking about an in shape motherfucker being a damn natural.
Well, I mean, round is a shape, so.
Wow.
Oh, trust me, I can attest to that.
But Francis, man, he's African, so that dude.
Hey, Mad Motorhead.
He's a freaking
Mr. Mark
beast,
One.
dude. I mean, 265 is the heavyweight limit in the UFC. So he actually has to lose weight to make it. Mad Motorhead.
Yeah, Pierce asked him, he goes, well, now that you've seen the Netflix thing with the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson stuff, he goes, if you got the call and got the chance, would you fight Jake Paul for $20 million? He goes, it wouldn't be a fight. I started laughing like hell. He goes, I would probably have to make it go to 2 or 3 rounds for entertainment purposes. He goes, but it wouldn't be a fight. He goes, for $20 million, he goes, I'd like to get in there and fight him.
it'd be really quick work, and they might want to pad the ring a little extra.
Yeah, no shit. Because when Jake Paul slams it from being knocked the fuck out, it's gonna be over with. The dude will never see what's coming, man.
It was funny because I seen a thing how UFC last week, their pay-per-view didn't get that many buys, and I'm like, the main card. I looked at the main card. I go, I cannot believe this is the main card. It sucked. And
you come on somebody's damn live stream last week saying that shit. Said that the main cards. You said the damn what's they called before
all the
fight?
matchups that I was looking at. I said, man, all the good fights look like they're the prelims. I'm not.
Yeah, that's what you were calling it, prelims.
Buying that pay-per-view, and those prelims were pretty damn good. I was like, geez.
Vortex, what's up?
Hey, Vortex.
Mr. Gary. I've already said hey to you on the other account, but I'll say hey to you on this one too. Hey, Mr. Gary. So I got you. I already said hey to Chad. So. Dude, it has been a long, boring fucking day.
Well, good for you.
And it has been a quick day for me, and I got a lot of stuff done.
It's been
I ain't get shit done.
busy ass week for me, man.
Oh, really? Y'all doing a lot of phone work this week?
No, we're slow as hell, but because we're slow, that means I I work harder because I'm trying to keep everybody busy.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Oh, yeah.
running around. I got Monday off, so
I had today off, so I'm in that season where I take all the Fridays off.
yeah.
But we've been so busy. I mean, I'm going to be working tomorrow morning at least for a little bit. But
Well, I got
What do you do for a full-time job? You
I
mechanic or
work
what?
in manufacturing. I do engineering.
Oh, okay.
So that's why my office is right here. At least that's why I'm working a couple hours tomorrow. Usually I don't do that, but I'll be doing the 3D work, something fun.
4 work days left.
Yeah, I had to take Monday off because one girl for the holidays went back to Mexico for like a few weeks.
Do what?
That's a little bit of a drive, isn't it?
No, they're flying. But
Okay.
and then this other girl wanted the day off, so I was like, well, I can't take Friday. I had 2 more days I had to use. And I was like, well, I can't take Friday. And I was looking at the calendar. I'm like, I don't know, I'll take Monday, I guess. Seems like
Well, yeah, 3-day weekend either way, Friday or Monday.
And then I couldn't take the rest of any of the days next week off other than Monday. So I was like, I looked at Monday the 23rd, and I was able to do that. And now that's cool because we have Christmas Eve off, Christmas Day, and then I have to go back to work that Thursday. So that'll be a cool weekend, you know.
I got 5 work days left, full work days, and that's it for the rest of the year.
Damn, for Tech, it's gonna be a nice vacation, buddy.
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
No, he's bragging.
Yeah, he's bragging. He's bragging over there. I
I'll
don't know
get the
much.
first
I don't know
off.
how much he could brag because he is in California.
But you see what Gary said. Gary's only got 4 work days left, and he's probably off to after the New Year.
He's got 4, but Gary also he could call in a day.
Hell, he probably could still take vacation days if he wanted to, knowing Gary.
Yeah.
I think I got maybe 6 more work days. I think
Yeah.
I get 4
maybe man, 5. I think it is.
I get 4 weeks of vacation a year. Plus, I always carry 5 over. And when I was looking at, because I'm coming up my anniversary date, I realized I had like 13 or no. Yeah, 13. I had like 13 days left. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I can only carry 5 of those. I said, shit. And I realized you can carry 5 over and they'll pay you for up to 5.
Oh,
That's crazy, though. You've been at your job as many years as you've been there, and you've only got 4 weeks a year.
Because I just passed 2 years at this job.
Dude,
But, well, the thing is, I got messed up during the 2020 thing when everything went to crap. So I lost 3 years right there at that place. So then I had to start all over, you know.
I tell you though, man, I mean, 4 weeks. It's like, look at this year. Every year I carry 5 days over. So it's 5 weeks I'm always carrying around. But I didn't realize I didn't take that many days off this year. And I usually have 5 left. But no, I had 13 left. I said, oh, shit. So I had to use 3. And then they'll pay me for 5. They'll just pay me the 5. And then they'll carry the another 5 over.
Huh.
So
I got 4 tech bees. I got 5 weeks a year.
Damn, Fortech, you've been there 30 years and you only get 3 weeks. Holy shit, that's 1 a decade.
he said he has some stuff he's got to work on to get done.
2 is max. What's 2? 2 what is max?
Oh, 3. He said 3. He means
Freight train to Fox Body. Oh, he's racing.
yeah.
Going flying, but it's never in. Gapped his ass. I wouldn't talk about gapping another man's ass like that.
Yeah. Unless you're talking to P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Hey, just out of curiosity, how much horsepower you think your 347 is making?
Oh, probably 350 easy.
Dude, have you watched 5-0 Tustin in a while?
Not really.
Okay, well, he put out a video the other day. They went to the track. They didn't get a chance to race because while they were at the track, it started raining. You know that guy they got on there? They call the mad scientist David.
Yeah.
All right, well, he just built a 347 and put it in his car. And he said they went to the dyno and his made like 440.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. And he's got a T5 behind it. And as soon as
Oh,
they
geez.
started talking and stuff like that,
That's not good. That's not good.
then Tussin said, nice motor. But he said, you can say goodbye to that T5 because it ain't handling it.
You know, someone was telling me, you know, because I got that 360 and I got that, you know, old Mopar cam in it with like 248 at 50 duration, right? Well, I got it into automatic with no stall converter, and it's like a tight, not even a high stall converter. So it's sucking right now, but I want to do a manual, and someone's telling me you should put a T5. It's like, I would gut that thing with my 360. It's
I'm just saying that 347 making 440 NA. Hell, that's pretty good power, man.
yeah. Let's see how much that is.
Yeah, has he got a carburetor on it?
No, fuel injected.
Is it?
Yeah, he's a mad scientist. That dude don't run no carburetor on nothing. You know,
That's
he's the one that
about-
he's the one that cuts all the intakes open and all that kind of shit. Does all the fuel injection and tuning and all that shit for all them guys' cars.
up in Ohio with what?
No,
Dan?
no.
Different
No.
Dave, mad scientist.
Yeah, this is 50 Tussin. I don't know if you watch him or
Yeah.
not.
They always call him the Mad Porter too.
Yeah, his name is David. He's in the Air Force.
Yeah.
But he's evidently an electronics guru, and he loves fuel injection and all that tuning, and he cuts all these intakes apart and polishes and ports them and all that kind of shit, welds them all back together for all them guys and shit like that. Works on all their A9Ls and all their computers in their cars and shit, ECUs and shit, rebuilds them.
The
and
other
shit.
thing that he probably has over me is a cam. Mine's I got a small cam in mine. If I upgrade my cam, I'd have way more horsepower.
Yeah, but with running your T5, you probably really wouldn't want to do that.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. You got what was your heads again? I think there's pretty good size, right?
165s, AFRs.
Oh, the 165s. Okay, so that's more your upgrade from stock, but still flows pretty good.
But-
I bet your intake manifold, given it's not ported. Wait, which?
no.
Wait, you don't know? No. I was
No.
thinking
His
the,
heads and his intake is ported.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking the.
My heads and intakes are
Ported by Big Dog.
They're
Yeah,
stage
I
2
remember. I
ported.
remember that now. I got it confused with the carbureted intake you had.
Those 165s, they flow more than a 185 head.
Yeah, and now that you had both of them ported,
It's just
that shouldn't be an issue. You should have enough head flow to
right. It's just
carry a lot.
and dude, yeah, that car sucks a lot of air. I mean,
Mhm.
it's insane because if you hear the videos, you can hear. I mean, it almost sounds like a turbo because the thing.
No, it almost every time you crank it, it almost sounds like it's got a fucking vacuum leak
It's just
in the video. Yeah, because that's all you hear is the whole time.
Throttle body did you go with?
think about it, I have a AccuFab port matched 80 millimeter throttle body, so that's 4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the tube that's coming off it is a 4
Yeah, shut up, Bama.
silicone tube, man.
Don't you?
I heard you giggling in the back. Shut the fuck up.
I know you guys. You don't watch them that much, but did you see where Brutal's little buddy Berger with a floor mat got hung and it slung a damn rod out the back of it, bottom of his block?
Yeah, I saw that. It's like, man.
Well, there's a video of these guys in Australia with a Barra on a dyno. And they're trying to get horsepower out of it. Of course, over there, your right-hand drive. So I think it was a Falcon they had up there, a modern Falcon. But they were freaking driving it on the dyno, just and then pow! And they freaking, holy shit, the dude jumps out of the car, and when they showed it in slow motion, you see the drive shaft let go and came up through the floorboard. And if that was a left-hand drive car, you'd have been killed. That shit went up through the floor and through the back of the seat.
Drive shaft safety loops, dude. I can't stress it enough. You need to put one on your car no matter what.
I think it might have had one. It just had so much fucking torque that it just ripped everything to shreds.
Which video was that, Funky? I'd like to see that.
Just type up I don't know. I saw it a while ago. It was it's maybe Barra drive shaft destroyed or something, you know, on the search.
Right.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, Jesus. The amount of horsepower that you can get out of that stock Barra block, man. I mean, you can get.
I'm gonna mute for a couple of minutes, guys.
You can get like 2,000 horsepower or more out of that block. Because I seen another video of these guys on a dyno trying to get to 2,000. They had to shut it down at 1,800 because it sucked the pump or sucked the sump dry.
Oh. Yeah, he didn't have enough return on that one, huh?
Yeah, they said, okay, we're gonna have to rethink this.
Yep.
Like, damn.
Take it apart, those old galleys, drill them out, right?
Yeah. Those engines are those blocks are insane. And they tell you if you get one, pull the head off automatically and have it redone, get new cams. And then you're gonna have one hell of a freaking engine. You know, so.
Oh, speaking of new parts, I got something. Hold on.
Get ready to block in there.
Oh, that was weird. You guys sounded like it was fast forwarding. What?
Yeah, I saw that a while ago. Maybe it's the drones.
How's the Fairmont going? It's still sitting there. I bought a new part today. I bought myself a Christmas present.
So I picked up something.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. He got the wheels. Holy crap. Is that 10?
That's a 10.
10?
You're just growing up. Mine's 10.5.
Hey, you guys, you know what? That almost not quite looks like those rims I didn't give them a hard time about. It was Pony. You guys remember Pony?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looked like those rims he had on his
on his F550
stepchild. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Did you get those off Jegs?
They are the Jegs ones. Actually, my old neighbor got them for his project, and he went a different route, so I bought them off him for $100.
Yeah.
What
how
you
much?
gonna put them on?
$100, $400 for the set, and it's
See,
7s up front and 10s in the back.
Have you
You
seen
gonna put them on your Fox body?
I kind of already did, but it was as a joke. No, I'm not.
Why not?
A different project, but it is that bolt pattern. It is the 5-on-4.5.
So, okay.
If you guys seen paid attention to my video, you might have got a glimpse of the rims that are going.
I did. I got a glimpse of them stacked up out there in the tent garage.
Like that, and I got distracted. I was out of town.
Yeah, I commented on that video, but I didn't comment nothing about the wheels or nothing. I'm like, hell, man, I'll just wait till he gets them on the car because I would much rather see what they look like on the car than just stacked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And since you mentioned his name, dude, I actually miss Pony hanging around. A lot of people don't really care if they miss him or not. I do, man. Pony was always cool. One of those real quiet guys, man.
Yeah, he was really. I like talking to him.
Yeah, he was just like one of them real quiet guys, man.
Yep. And
real soft spoken.
Yeah, he just got out of cars. He started with the bikes.
I got a feeling he'll get back into the cars, you know, because they still got his, you know, he still got his wife's Nova that he built for her and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I think he wanted to do something different while he still has the health to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Well,
you know,
how old is he?
dude, he's got to be in his
Oh, he's
mid 40s. Up,
No,
he's probably.
no, he's in his 50s, man. He's older than me.
Is he? Is he really
Oh,
in his
yeah.
50s?
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was in his 50s, but yeah, he could be though. Yeah.
Yeah, so now I know why I didn't watch your video because you released the short and I watched the short. So when I saw a video pop up, I was thinking I already watched it.
The other one came out Tuesday.
Yeah, that's why I do the short after my video. I think it works better. I don't know.
Well, every time I take a piss, it's a short. Yeah, I bought myself a Christmas present too. I just can't show you because the motherfucker ain't here yet.
Well, mine's not here either, but I bought a quad folding tonneau cover for my truck.
Oh, nice.
Quad fold. Oh yeah. How much that set you back? $8 to $1,000.
Check this out. It's a soft one, right? I've been looking at this one on Amazon for a while. It's got good ratings and shit. Because I actually seen a couple people buy Amazon tonneau covers, and they're like, man, they're fucking good. You know what I'm gonna say, you know? And
Yeah.
but this one, man, when I seen it, I was like, I kept seeing a trifold, and then I found a quad fold because I wanted a quad fold, and I was like, finally found it, but it was like $240, right?
Hold on, that's cheap as shit.
Yeah, that's cheap.
I know, and I'm like, man, I don't want to spend $240. I said I'm gonna keep an eye on it. This was months ago.
You cheap motherfucker.
I know, right? I was like, check this out. I said, I'm gonna hold out. I said, I bet you that shit's coming down. I have a feeling. Well, then all of a sudden, you know, here around the holidays, the Black Friday, it came down to $203. And I was like, ooh, that's a good chunk. I said, nah, they're gonna lower it even more. I know it.
Cyber Monday, buddy.
I said, sometime they're gonna lower it. They're gonna sucker the people who buy them, you know, on Black Friday for that 200. They're gonna lower it again. And fucking today I looked and it was $191. I was like,
jumped all over it.
I was like, that's like $50 off. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I bought a video card. It's Black Friday, but it's like $10 or something off. So I got that to install on my computer maybe this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one to either sell or do away with here shortly because I got a new one coming from my computer.
I
have my old card, but I don't think anyone wants it. So I mean, it's old.
I gotta get this tonneau cover out because I have a Ford tonneau cover on there, a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a trifold, and the thing, each one door is freaking heavy. It's heavy as shit. But the latches on them are coming off, so basically it's just sitting on top of my truck.
Oh, okay.
So we've tried to fix it because they rivet them things into that thin steel. It's really thin.
Yeah.
And then so we riveted it again. And it just came out again. I was like, yeah, this is just done. So,
yeah, I went with the revolver style, and it's like a bunch of steel plates, but then it has the material over it, so it rolls up, but yet it's still a hard cover. Like you can't just take a knife and cut right into it.
Are you talking about the one that it rolls up and it's up by the cab?
Yeah, you can roll it up, but it's not like it has like the extractor one. It just slides up. I manually roll it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just see
and then I can take it off if I want to or whatever.
My dad's got that in his truck, and he's had those on a couple. I hated those things because we always had to roll them up. And I was like, I love this one I got, the one that I have, because you could fold it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I like that. And now that I got to replace this, I was like, well, I can't get a hard one because it's going to be expensive no matter what it is.
Yeah, see, mine's more like a hard cover, and I had it installed, and it's $1,600.
And that's when I was like, man, I wonder if they got like a folding soft top. And then I found it. I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. I didn't want the folding because, like, if I go to Ford Takeover and I got parts in the truck, I don't want, and in a hotel, I don't want someone to just knife it open and grab parts. But
well, yeah, I get
that's the main reason. It's the security, and I don't like I'm not in the bed of the truck enough to roll it up.
You got to
Usually, what I
understand,
haul is
though,
lumber or whatever.
those are
so.
there's malicious people which are gonna be, I think, further and far between, and then you got the people who are just looking for a quick get and go, you know.
Yeah.
And when they can't just quickly open up that, it's a good deterrent, you know. Those people they're not gonna want to fuss too much. They're not gonna want to. And the other thing is, they're not going to want to destroy property, because now that's another thing on the rap sheet. But
unless you're in California, then as long as you don't do $1,200 damage, you ain't going to jail.
In California, I'd buy a hardtop.
Oh, 100%. I'd buy a van. Fuck a hardtop. Buy a van.
Well, then you're just another pedophile.
Yeah, well, that's true too. That's true. You like damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing there.
So, what do y'all think about Ford Takeover being in September next year?
What's going on, Jamie?
I think it's going to be far as weather-wise, I'm like Funky. I do still believe it's going to be hot, but I think it's going to be cooler in a sense in the evenings, like, around 4 o'clock or so. I think it's really going to start cooling off.
It's going to be 95 degrees.
Me. Like every year I get out there, we got like the what is it? It's meet and greet or whatever on Friday night. And it's like, last time I went through a half gallon of water and I didn't go to the bathroom. I just sweat it straight out. It's like, okay, this isn't fun anymore,
Well, I think Friday night, in September, it'll probably be a good thing, especially everybody hanging out. It'll probably be a good thing there.
Yeah, because it was just humid and still like 90 degrees and
that hardcover is heavy as hell.
Dry, 90 and humid.
Barbecue Mike can attest to how heavy those doors are on my freaking tonneau cover are.
Yeah,
because it's one door's heavy, and then if you need to flip the second one up, now it's twice as heavy.
Yeah.
And then you flip it over to the third one, and now the third that's 3 times as heavy. That thing is free.
See, that's why I didn't want a folding one, like a hard folding one, because if I ever did have to get into the bed, but usually I keep mine rolled down because I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I like my brother's. His is a hard top, but his is retractable.
Yeah. See, but this is it's heavy. It's made heavy like this is because I think you can stack like 1,000 pounds on top of it.
Yeah, my brother's is cool as hell. I mean, you take this, slide it all the way up to the damn cab. It's really cool.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That's not the one that I have. Mine just straight, it rolls up like a soft tonneau cover would roll up, but it's got steel plates like a bread box.
The cover that I would like to have, because I've seen it and it's pretty nice. It's pretty, to me, it's plain, but I like it. It's kind of sleek, and that's the freaking WeatherTech one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree.
That one is just nice, man. I like that one. I was like, when I'm looking out these tonneau covers, I'm like, I don't know, man. It just looks neat.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about mine. It's good, slick. I mean, you see my truck, right?
Yeah.
The cover. It's just a good, slick look to it, and it has the security I wanted.
Yeah.
Well, I bought myself another RC car. I just got to wait for it to get here.
Uh-oh.
Well, what do you think? What you think I was going to buy a real car?
No, I'm just you said you bought one. I said, yeah. How much was this?
$1,600.
Damn.
Yeah.
We got Turbo Man in here.
I kind of splurged a little bit on this one.
Merry Christmas.
Well,
but it was on sale. Hey, it was on sale.
And she's bringing the 460 again.
Hey, it was on sale at $1,600.
Jeez.
Normally it's $2,000.
I didn't pay $1,600 for either of my Fox bodies. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, but from 0 to 60, you don't know a Fox body that will hang with these RC cars.
Yeah, but I can get in my car and drive it.
Hey, look here. I stand beside mine, and I don't ever have to worry about if it wrecks. I ain't in that motherfucker.
She's over here insulting Broncos, man. She goes, I just drive OBS Fords with toolboxes. Maybe I'll pull a Bronco. Tuxo tonneau covers.
Oh, I got the 91 F-150 sold.
Nope,
well,
I'm not. No
it's been like a month
tuxedo.
and a half
I'm
now.
getting mine from Amazon.
Oh yeah, I was going to tell you the video card I'm gonna have up for sale is 16 gig. I'm taking that one out.
Oh
bought a
man, the
30
one that I'm taking out, it totally be an upgrade to whatever you got.
Yeah, I bought a 32 gig for my computer.
Mine's got, I think it might be a 3 or 4 gig 750 Ti.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking out because it won't even run DirectX 12 latest version
Yeah.
anymore. So it's like
I don't
I
have
have
any
to
other
upgrade.
stuff.
Hey, Brailsford.
All I know is I
Hadn't
have
seen you in a while.
I am speaking to you on a MacBook M1.
I'm sorry.
I am not sorry. You know how fast this freaking computer is, man? I love it.
Yeah. Mine is like lightning fast, dude. Mine is just stupid fast. But I bought it that way though. I had it custom built that way. It cost me enough money when I bought it new.
Yeah, you can see, actually, you can see the card if I can get everything to point right. There's the card, and then there's the case that I'm building for the new computer eventually, one day.
Oh, I'm only going to have this computer about another 6 months. I'm going to buy another one.
Is it something you do every 6 months or?
Nah, about every year.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had this card for like 10 years.
Oh, no.
It's been in multiple computers.
I'll save this one just to look at YouTube and shit like that. Other than that, I won't use it for nothing else.
I tell you, man, I get into that Simon Ford guy on freaking YouTube. I dig watching. I didn't think I'd like it, but I'm digging this dude just fixing his shit, not saying anything.
I don't see nothing wrong with that because I tell you what, I love watching a lot of channels that do a lot of time lapse. I enjoy that shit.
Man, well, I'd like to do time lapse.
He doesn't really do that.
You got to have a lot of storage because you're recording gigs of video. You know,
I ain't recording shit. I'm watching that shit on YouTube.
If I'm doing that, it's like it. You know, it's hard to do those kinds of videos.
And that's the thing.
Oh, I don't make YouTube videos. I watch YouTube videos.
The thing that gets me about this kid, though, he's a young guy and he's really smart. He knows how to fix all these old cars.
That's cool.
He freaking tears carburetors apart and rebuilds them and shit. And I don't know, man. It's a great channel. I like it. And he does mostly Fords.
That's
even better. You're going to have a video on your new toy? You're going to be doing that?
Who's that?
Brailsford's rights. He's getting a new toy.
Oh, is he?
We already know what it is. He done told everybody what it is. It ain't new. It ain't new no more. Now we all know.
Oh, did I miss a video or something? Or
no, he was on live stream. He was on live. He said on live stream.
Okay. It's like I didn't watch it. I hadn't seen a video, so.
Well, if it makes anybody feel any better, when I get this new RC car, I put a Coyote sticker on.
It was funny. I was on Facebook Marketplace, and this dude's selling this Coyote block for $500. I was like, wow, that's a good price.
That is a good price.
I was like, shit,
for a block, that ain't bad.
So I posted on Facebook, my timeline, and then some guy I know, he goes, you buy that, and it's what do you say, $7,000 to $6,000 to $9,000 to build it or something. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, but is it a stock Coyote block or is it a sleeve block? Something's already been worked.
No, it's all good to go. It's already been machined.
So it's already been machined, already been sleeved, and all that kind of stuff.
So you just need a rotating assembly.
Oh, okay. So $500 for that damn block is actually good because he's got more than that just in fucking machine work.
Well, I know, but he said, but this is the thing. That guy said, who commented, this guy I know on there said, he goes, it's like a $6,000 to $8,000 build. It's like, what is he talking about?
Well,
but there's no heads. Understand that. And then
is it a short block or just a bare block?
Yeah, just short block.
Oh, short block. I thought it was like a bare block for $500.
Yeah, so it's got the rotating assembly if you want it. You don't have to get it. But that's just, the block is worth $500.
Oh man, the block's worth more than that.
But he's saying that was that price. I'm like, what is he talking about? So then I
Well-
started to look up coyote heads. I found a pair of machined freaking heads for $1,900.
That ain't bad. That's a good. That's a
It's a
pretty
guy-
good deal.
And it's a guy who has a bunch of them and does that to it. And you have to go to Ohio to get them. Or no, he said he'd ship them. He said he'd ship them anywhere in the lower 48. And I was like, there's what? You got $2,500. You got heads, and you got, if you want to keep the rotating assembly. If not, add another $1,000.
Yeah, but then you got springs. All right. Then you got cams. All right. And then you got
you said
all
a
your
head.
cam phasers and all that kind of bullshit that goes along with all that kind
Yeah,
of
but
shit. I don't know a whole lot about all them coyote shit. I just know that there are a hell of a lot more parts in that engine than they are a push rod engine.
Yeah, but the head, you said the head, so that'd have the cam in it, right?
No. You get the heads. You don't get the cams, dude. Not for $1,900.
Yeah, that's
Goddamn
what
set of
I was
comp,
asking.
not a set of
Yeah.
comp cams, a set of comp
Right.
cams,
You got
4
machined
cams.
heads. You got machine heads.
Yeah, a set of comp cams for a damn set of heads like that, dude. Oh, dude, you better get ready to drop a dime.
Oh,
And they
no.
don't really give you a lot more power either of the
And he
stock cams.
ported, and he
I
did
hear.
port those heads too.
Yeah, you're talking about not two cams. You're talking about 4 of those motherfuckers. And then all the parts that goes along with that shit. See,
Dude, listen,
Funky knows about it because he just tore his little
yeah.
EcoBoost down. So
If
you can only
want some
imagine.
cams, just go to eBay.
Yeah, but if you're going to spend that kind of money on that kind of block and those kind of heads,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you're not putting eBay cams in it. You're going to step it on up.
I'm going
Hey,
to Rock Auto.
Well, I'm just
How would
saying, I'm
that's what I'm
saying,
looking up over here.
I'm just saying for the people who's going to build that engine, probably the way it should be built for, and most likely it's probably going to be a race application that they're going to build that kind of engine for. And he's probably right. You're probably looking at $6,000 to $8,000 and $9,000.
I would not build it as a race application. I'd be riding it as a cruiser, man.
Yeah, I understand, but most people's going to buy a block built to that extent is going to be racing that block.
All I'm
But
saying
the
is
thing about it is, though, Salty, is what he's talking about. You can buy the skeleton and start this build cheap.
Oh yeah, you could definitely 100% do that. I will agree with that. And welcome to the panel, Mr. Gary.
because I'll tell you what. After I took my freaking EcoBoost apart, I said, "This shit's fucking easy." I said, man. And all I kept thinking was is getting a coyote block on a coyote.
Well, see, now you know what you need to do. Then you just need to pack up, move down there, down to Jackson, Tennessee, and go to work for Ken.
I don't know.
Ken will put you to work if you think it's all easy.
I put 2 push rods together, and I love doing it. And then I'm like, of course, I had to take this apart. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and then after I got in there, I'm like, oh god, this is so easy. I said I could build a coyote.
Well, it sounds like to me, your next Mustang, if you ever get one, you need to do a coyote swap.
Yeah, but I still got a 351 sitting out there.
Yeah, that's true.
I got a bunch of parts sitting here for it.
Hey, you never know. That might be version 3, Black Sunshine. You never know. You might wind up putting a coyote in it one day.
I say
You never know.
On that 351, what did you come up with on the intake or whatever? I don't think there's any adapter for that truck intake to anything, is there?
Truck intake.
Why would you put a
got the
truck intake on that
351
car?
with the truck
on that
intake, right?
No, I'm putting.
No, I mean, what do you have?
I don't have anything. I'm just waiting for Blue to get. He's got a single plane Holly for me.
Yeah, bolt right on.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I thought you got a 351 truck motor that had the truck intake. That's what I was asking.
Oh yeah, the truck intake's a boat anchor. I mean that. Nobody wants them damn things.
Well,
Yeah, even if you adapted something to the upper end so it fit, it's still the lower just don't flow or something.
It's outdated technology. I got the kill shot.
Mm-hmm.
But Funky, I mean, I know that that coyote and everything seems easy, and you would like to build one. But one of these days, you're going to be getting a Fairmont wagon, and that'd be the perfect build for that.
Yes,
I agree.
sir.
I agree with you, Gary. 100% on that. That would be sweet.
Imagine the freaking lights I could put on the headliner and that something.
Yeah, let me just see you make the video from doing all those lights. Even after what you said on doing the video you did on the one you
It'll
just
be
did.
like episode 1, and then episode 2, you start seeing my hair get slightly out of place. Episode 3, it's starting to stick up in directions.
Nah, episode 1 where you started, episode 2's like, this was a bad fucking idea, and he starts yanking all that shit out of it like, fuck this is a lot more damn headliner than what's in my fuck body.
And then when you sit there doing it, it's like, I'm committed now. Now I'm going to have to finish it. You know, I just got 300 done, and I'm only a quarter way done. So, and that was 2 videos.
Listen, episode 3, you'd see him on there, his red locks turning gray.
Yeah, there you go, Gary.
Yeah.
But no, it'd be cool. Now, let me ask you something. When you get a Fairmont, are you wanting the later version of the Fairmont, or you want more of the square like what Gary's got on his car?
Oh, the square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because see, me personally, nothing against Gary's car. I love Gary's car, but I'm more of an LTD guy. Like, you know, you remember when Foxcast and
Yeah. I don't like the LTDs.
what was his name? Goddamn, shit.
I like all wagons.
The guy that owns that shop that he does all that work in. What's that guy's name? What's that guy's name?
Dover?
Yeah, Dover. Yeah, when they done it to that brown one, dude, I absolutely love that fucking car,
Yeah,
man.
Mr. Hankey.
Yeah, I love that fucking car. I just think that is the coolest fucking shit. And I love it. They didn't make it flashy. They just put old black 10-hole wheels on it, painted them black, and had the little aluminum damn center caps on it. I love everything about that damn car.
I could treat those lights, I could just leave it set up in the garage, and I could treat it like, you know, putting one of them 1,000-piece puzzles together, and just every once in a while,
every time you walk by,
yeah,
put a light in,
Stick a piece in.
poke a couple holes.
Like,
And
you
it-
have
that's
separate
what,
batteries just running all
But
the fucking
I think it's funny that I got the big dip shitter up in there.
Yeah, I didn't see the big dip shitter until
I
you
know,
finally drew it out on the
no,
ceiling. I was like, oh, I see it now.
I'm trying to point the camera up, thinking I had it in frame, and I pointed at it. You see me, and I'm like, and I pointed off the screen. I'm like, God damn it, I didn't get it in the damn view, but it's there. I was like, the big dip shitter. I said, you do gotta really look for it because there's stars around it. You know what I mean? But if you look on the back of it, you seen where I drew the Big Dipper on those holes, so I can put the light through it.
Let me ask you something. Is that something you would ever do again, honestly?
I mean, like I said, if I could treat it like I just said there, like a freaking 1,000-piece puzzle, just every time you walk by a day, you put a couple in. Eventually, it'll get done, right?
yeah.
Yeah, eventually.
But you know how that goes. You're like, I'm only going to put one in. Next thing you know, you're there for 15 minutes. It's like, all right, I got to walk away.
So, Gary, you got 4 more days of work left now. Is this for like Monday through Thursday of next week?
Yeah, that's what I got, and then I actually have Monday Christmas week. So
Okay, okay. No offense, but I was asking Mr. Gary.
Well, actually, I'm at off, but I am working the weekend.
Oh, you are working the weekend. That's overtime pay for you, right?
So I can catch up on some of the things I need to catch up on.
Yeah, but that's overtime pay for you to work on weekends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I see why you're working weekends. Oh,
And
my.
if I work over the Christmas holiday, then that's holiday plus double time.
Oh,
wow, that's nice.
And just think, that may not be taxed anymore.
Well,
It
this
may
year
not be.
taxed.
Yeah. You ain't
No,
gonna get lucky and get out of it this year.
No, I'm not saying that. Jeez.
I'll tell you what I did do. I bought the rear wheels for the Fairmont, the den slots, the ones like I had on the red car.
Yeah, I remember you saying that last time we were talking. You said you bought them. Did you ever get them in finally?
They haven't got here yet, but I'm waiting to get them in to make sure I get the right size tires.
Speaking of wheels, did you see the ones
Yeah,
that I
I
got, Mr. Mark 1?
No.
Oh, hold on.
Nice. Man, oh man, that's a wheel, buddy.
It is. It's round, and even though it's aluminum, it is kind of heavy. But
Are you putting it in the back of a dually?
yeah. I'm gonna put it on the back of my Mustang, and since they stick out so far, that like half the wheel will stick out past the fender well. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing with that.
So where you gonna put them on your Dodge truck? Is that what you're gonna wind up doing?
No, they won't fit. And I
Oh,
have
okay.
wheels on it, and I have wheels on my Mustang. So it's nothing that's y'all have seen yet.
Oh, okay.
But it will technically fit the Mustangs, 5 on 4.5 bolt pattern.
Yeah, you just have to fucking shorten up your rear end to make them tuck up underneath, huh? Or
Oh,
put a
no.
wide body
No, I ain't
or
doing
put a
all
wide
that.
body
That's too
kit on
much
your Fox
work.
body.
I'll just let it stick out. Put mud flaps on it. That's what
Oh,
self
okay.
cappers are for.
I sure hope you ain't one of those type that would do that and then actually bring that shit to Ford Takeover. You would be the most made fun of person.
Well, only after I put the one-piece headlights in.
That's funny.
But see, you know, a lot of people hate them. But for me, I actually like the one-piece headlights. People
Well,
can say what they want, but I actually like them.
Here's where I'm at. I don't like the multi-piece headlights, and I don't like the one-piece headlight. I just wish they'd make a normal old headlight for a Fox Mustang, and no one does it. So
They do.
I
They
guess
make
I'm
it
going to
normal.
make
It's the
one.
it's ones that came with it. Them are called normal.
I do not like those at all. I like my headlights.
Well, you're
to
saying
function.
normal, but you can't use the word normal because that's a normal. The one that came with the car, that's normal.
No, I didn't say the stock ones. Like a good old-fashioned round headlight. You know, like.
Oh, well,
the
that
ones
means you just have to
work.
get you an 86 and older. Then you don't have to worry about that.
Well, it's not round headlights, is it?
No, and brown headlights wouldn't even look good on a Fox body though. They'd look out of
Are
place.
you sure they wouldn't look good on a Fox body?
I can promise you they won't look good because that's a square car with a round headlight. No, it wouldn't look good at all.
Oh. So the classic Mustang wouldn't look good.
Okay,
on
well,
those
you got to
either.
understand that you got to understand body designs make that the round headlights on the classic Mustangs look good because of the way that the body, the grill, the hood, the way the fenders, the bumpers, all that makes the round
Well,
headlights
what
look
about-
good.
Okay,
It just
well, what
wasn't
about
meant-
all the other square vehicles that had round headlights?
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
but it's
I would
all in the
just- I
front
would just
design
say
of it,
wasn't-
though.
I would just say it's not meant for that car.
Yeah. To me, I've seen it. I've seen people adapt those to the Fox bodies way back in the day. And that's not because they did it on purpose. It's because back in the day, that's all they had. And you know, we were drag racing and shit. So they would get the cheapest thing
And
they
I've
could get
seen,
out of a
like-
junkyard and throw them in.
I seen
Um,
Photoshop pictures of them too.
Yeah, I've seen, of course. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah.
Actually, they
Um,
do sell a kit to do the halo lights on a Fox Mustang. They're kind of expensive, and I don't like
yeah,
their design.
kinda. Yeah, kinda.
I've even seen.
They proud of those
I
bastards.
think some guy actually built a car that a Fox body that looked like a classic Mustang.
Yeah.
I think somebody actually did that.
See, I would like to go in and do some design elements. It's like a retro futuristic look. So it'd be like, okay, how can I adapt round halo headlights to my Fox Mustang and not make it look weird? You know, like put filler pieces in it and make it look kind of like the older Mustang, where the headlights are recessed in and like the nose kind of dips in a little bit.
Yeah,
and then
I just
fill in
think
the
that's gonna be-
stupid triangles.
I just think it's going to be really hard to do with the way the front bumper and all that is made on a
Yes.
Fox body. I don't know how you're going to do that and actually make it look like it's supposed to be there instead of it was like an afterthought.
Mhm.
I don't know how you would do that because the front end of the Fox body don't lend itself to that.
No,
That's my whole
what's
thing.
called-
The
that's what's
design
called a
don't lend itself to
challenge,
that.
right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a challenge,
If it
but
was
I mean,
easy, then
I'm trying
you
to
know.
picture it, but
I got something thought up, and once I do my 3D printer, then I'll be able to start doing some design
I'll be
stuff.
back in a second.
You know,
okay.
and it'll
I
be
would like to
cheap and
see
easy
somebody
to-
that actually did it and make it look good. I would like to actually see that, but you know,
Mhm.
I just have yet to see
And it
that.
could be a horrible idea. I might not be able to do it. I don't know, but that's the fun part of it.
Because I remember when they came out with the 05 and 09s, you might remember this, and I'm sure Gary probably remembers this.
Mhm.
But when they came out with that first version of the SN95 after the New Edge, somebody come out with another kit for that car to put like
the old steel bumpers on the front and all that kind of stuff and make it look like an older Mustang. Me personally, I seen it done and I thought it looked good. I mean, I've never seen it in person. I've only seen people on YouTube do it. So let's just say that I've never seen it actually done in person.
I kind of like those body styles because I think they look more like the original. Like
I think so. I think so.
I mean,
I agree.
yeah, I like the later versions of them where they changed the tail lights
Softy,
and the headlights instead of having that flat piece of plastic or whatever in front of them. So sorry, I think I talked over you, Mr. Mach 1.
What was that, Gary?
I just saw some pictures of what you're talking about the other day.
Oh, about the bumpers and stuff on the 05 to 09s?
Yep.
I thought that looked good. When you find the company that, because they made, I know when the first company come out with it, it wasn't like a big hit thing, but there was another company that come out with it that really tucked the bumpers up close to the grill and stuff. And it looked really good. I thought that kit looked better than the first rendition of the kit that came out. I thought that second kit was a lot better from that other company. Because it seemed like to me they put more thought into it.
Brailsford, how are you doing?
I just know I seen what you're talking about the other day in some pictures.
So what'd you think about it when you seen it?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, it would just like set you apart from everybody else that's got the 05, 09s. You know, just everybody wouldn't do that. So, but when you come rolling up and have that on your car, people's like, damn, look at that. That's different. You know what I mean? It was just like, you know, and that's why I liked it, because people, it's just different, you know. Somebody taking something new and adding the classic style to it. You know, I just thought that was cool.
I'd like to change the side mirrors too because they're worthless.
On a Fox body?
Yeah, they're there because the government said you had to have mirrors, not because.
Well, I mean, you can change them. Just go take the ones off a convertible because they're different.
Yep. Actually, what I was thinking of is seeing if I could take the SN95 one, not SN95, the one we was just talking about, the 05 one.
Yeah, the 05 to 09.
Those might work. I'd have to get one from the junkyard and try it out because it still has a triangle little piece that goes on there, but it's not like big Dumbo eared looking ones.
See, that's the thing about it. Would that triangle piece cover the spot where the original mirror came off the Fox body?
I mean, it wouldn't be perfect, but I mean, would it be trimmable and work?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you might be able to fabricate it and make it work. Yeah, you could do that.
As long as it wasn't too big, but
I tell you what, those little triangle pieces, whoever designed them things, it was
need to be kicked
clumsy.
in the balls.
It was very clumsy.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. If you just actually just look back on a Fox body, there's a lot of clumsy shit on it. Like my mom's Crown Vic, her 01 Crown Vic, for a prime example. The motherfucker that designed the cup holders and that needed to be kicked square in the balls. Them are the most useless.
Like, oh,
no, they are the most useless fucking cup holders that Ford could ever design for a car. Do you put anything in them, and that shit's gonna be spilling in your fucking lap as soon as you make a turn. That shit won't hold nothing
to do it because they forgot them, so they had 5 minutes. Oh, we got to hurry up and have cup holders, and we're about to submit the design, so you need to hurry up and get that knocked out.
You know, they done that shit in a lot of the late 80s and early 90s vans, the Ford Econoline vans. They done the same damn thing. The damn cup holders are just so shallow, unless you bought the conversion van where it had like the wood thing on top of the doghouse where your cup actually sit down in it where it wouldn't spill. But just the plain plastic shit that they just like carved out of the top of the damn doghouse, man, that shit was useless as hell. I'm like, man, what the fuck were y'all thinking, people? Come on. Yeah, I mean, the people that designed that shit clearly have never driven one of those cars and put something in that cup holder for it to tip over in their fucking lap.
I think Brailsford has a message for you there, Salty.
Has a message for me? Well, let me turn my chat on and see what he's talking about.
Hey,
see
Salty, here's it.
Okay. Say it. Oh, yeah. See, that looks good, Gary. I like that.
Yep.
Then the
only thing I think it's missing is like the round headlights, either under the bumper or in the grill.
The back bumper looks much nicer.
Good. Yeah. See now that looks really, really good. I like that. Yeah, that looks classic as hell. I like the shit out of that. That looks really good. Now let me see what Brailsford's talking about.
Yeah, wasn't there the latest model of those cars or a version of it or something that
Okay.
had different
Well, if your
headlights
kid's
on
sitting
front
next
of
to
them?
you, put your headset on, bro. You know me. I got a mouth. Sorry. It is what it is. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you know how our live streams are. They're unfiltered. Especially if I'm on it. It's definitely unfiltered. Like I said, I don't mean to be an asshole or disrespectful, but
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
Salty, you wouldn't be you if he wasn't an ass.
Exactly. I mean, if I wasn't acting like an asshole, y'all would think something was wrong with me.
Just like
You know what? I would think something was wrong with me.
I would actually think that you lived with your mother.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I do.
Exactly.
But if I don't, Mr. Gary, who else is going to do it, buddy?
I know, right?
Yep. Hey, let's just like our big family Christmas party. Boy, you're talking about a cluster screw or cluster fuck, rather. We're supposed to have it on the 22nd. And my two older brothers, they don't like my youngest sister worth a damn. So my older sister is the one that tried to plan all this big get together. And what I don't understand about my two older brothers, they can't seem to get it in their head. This Christmas party is not about them. It's about our mom because her health and all that kind of shit. We don't know how many more years we're going to have with her. But they can't set that aside to be nice and put their egos, no, leave their damn egos and shit at the door when they walk in. You know what I mean? So with them not liking my little sister, well, if she's coming, I'm not coming. You need to call her and tell her not to show up. I'm like, no, you're not going to put mom in that kind of position where she would have to pick between her children. I said, that's wrong. You shouldn't ask her to do that.
Yeah, it's the GT500 headlights where they're like the little round headlights, almost like the newer Mustangs on those. That's the one that I kind of like.
are you talking about the classic? The ones that are on the classic one, or
No, the 05 to 2014 when they changed, or I guess it's just a GT500 version that has the smaller, I guess, halogen or whatever headlight.
Right.
I like those.
You're talking about the fog lights?
No,
Because the round ones, the ones you're talking about, fog lights.
no, the actual headlights are round.
Are they actually round?
Yeah, and the
On the are they actually round from 10 to 14?
Hold on. Maybe y'all can look at the car and give me better information than what Google has given me.
No, what I'm saying is, are they actually round from 10 to 14?
No. I think he's talking about the 2007, 2008.
Yeah, like the 05 to 09.
They had like
S197s.
like plexiglass in front of them.
Well, no,
Yeah.
not those. There's the GT500 that didn't have that. I'm going to hit, I don't know if I can present or not because we got 6 people in here. I'm going to give it a try, Funky. So I think that shows up as.
What year?
If he don't, I'm
Put a
sorry.
link down there. Let me grab the link on my phone.
That may work.
Yeah, because Gary can show it. He can pull it up on the phone and show it on the screen.
See, it's not those headlights. It's
Oh,
they got
second
another
before you take
version
that
of them
down.
that look better. That stupid plexiglass thing I don't like.
That's the 2005 GT500.
What is it like the 5 and 8? Aren't they the same?
I thought the 05 to 09 were pretty much all the exact same cars.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But
Yeah.
I had first at 08.
Because I know 10 was the year of the body change, but they still kept the junky ass 4.6 in it, and then 11 is when they come out with the first gen Coyote. Yeah, we can't see.
Projector lights is what he's talking about. Is what Fortex.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's a special version or like a 1 year only, but yeah, it's not those crappy ones.
Jeez, mister.
Yeah.
Picky poo.
I got the picture. I'm trying to share it. It's up. It's just I don't think it can be shared if we got 6 people in the panel. I'm not sure how that works.
Well, like I said, Mr. Gary said, just put the link in the chat, and Mr. Gary can click on the link, and then he can show it on his phone.
Now he's got me looking through all these pictures.
Well, all I did was go to, I mean, if you're looking it up, I'm just on Wikipedia, Mustang 5th generation. And it's the first picture that comes up, the silver car with the blue stripe.
Oh,
And it says Ford Shelby Mustang GT500. Maybe it's because it's the Shelby GT500.
Is that the Silver Stallion you're talking about?
I think so. I mean, it doesn't really say. Yeah, they're pretty vague on it. It just says it's a Mustang. Thanks. But it might be because it's the Shelby GT500. But it doesn't say what year that one is.
Would you say it's on the Mustang what?
Wikipedia Mustang 5th gen. Well, I got a phone that can do internet. It's somewhere. Wherever my phone is. Maybe I'll just pull it up there. Be right back if you don't get it before I get back.
Oh, that's a 2013.
I give up.
It's a 2013-14.
Oh, it's a Trinity.
Here.
It's a Trinity.
Oh, let me blow my screen up so I can see that once he makes
Yeah,
it
that's
big.
it.
That's a Trinity, man.
Make it
So
make
what-
it full screen there, Hot Rod.
I know. God dang it. I got to roll it up.
That's what she said.
But ain't that like the 13, 14?
That's what it looked like to me. Let me look at the back. Let me look at the back of the car. Yeah, that's like a 10 to 14 body style. That's not a 09, 05 to 09.
Okay. But the side profile of the 10s look
If
what,
that's
similar to the 05 to 09s then?
if that's a 13, man, that's a Trinity.
It doesn't say the year. Let's see.
13
See, the
and
sub
14.
picture says it's the right year. That's why I'm like, well,
13 and 14 were the Trinities. And those are sought after.
Really? I've never looked at them or priced them, so people are really wanting those cars.
The drivetrain, if you find a wrecked one, the drivetrain is like $35,000.
Well, that's the
Damn,
one
what's so special about it?
It's a 5.8 liter, man.
Oh,
that's the one that Ken always talks about.
Yeah.
okay, I got you.
That and I mean, you want to talk about the Terminator. I mean, that's a great engine. Well, then they made the Trinity. And that's a great engine.
So that's one of my favorite years for the GT5.
See, that's a good looking car. I like the
yeah,
piss
so
out of that.
what year is that then?
I'm thinking it's a 13 or a 14.
Yeah, because the thing on the picture says that it was like it's a picture above where it says the 05 to 09. That's why I'm like,
Well, no, it's if you read it, go down further, it'll start telling you from 05, September of 2004 to June of 2014.
Oh, okay. So that's all one body style, but it had
Yes.
upgrades to the
Right.
body or whatever.
13
Okay.
and 14 is what Funky is talking about is the badass. It's the 5.8. That's
Okay.
what you want. And that's one Ken always says, if you're going to get anything, that's the one to get.
Yeah.
No, I'd just go get one like, that I wanted and with a 6-cylinder in it and pull that out and put a 460 in it, real motor.
Ford texted that first gen Raptor, the projector lights. Yeah, because Ford had those. They had the regular headlights my truck has, and then I was going to buy some like aftermarket projectors, and I never did. And then I started to find out that Ford had its own projector lights, and I started to look those up on eBay, used ones and shit. And those are going for some good money. And I never ended up buying them, but I like the look of those. Those are nice.
Did you ever talk to what's that guy that we know on here that had a wreck not long ago that does the headlights on Mustangs and stuff like that?
I don't know.
Oh, what was that guy?
Oh,
Man.
God, I can't think of his damn name, Gary.
What are you talking about? 3, he does the headlights and taillights. He sells them.
Yeah, he does the headlights and taillights and shit.
Yeah, he was a big dude and he lost a lot of weight. God, tree.
Triple threat.
Triple threat. There you go.
Yeah, triple threat. Maybe you could talk to him, Funky, and maybe he can make you a set of those for your car, like, cheaper than what you can buy them for. I mean, your truck. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
If he's still doing that, I don't know if he's even capable of doing that. Cause didn't he break his back or something like that in that car wreck or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's getting better. He lost a lot of weight and been through a lot of whatchamacallit to get up there. Look at this guy. He's trying to tease us over there, but we've already seen it. Hey, you're muted.
You're either muted or we can't hear you. One or the other.
Yeah, it's one of the other. Yeah.
Who the hell is that over there showing?
So what would y'all think about the projector, like that headlight and the little side marker light, and then French in the grill, like that car that Gary was showing on a Fox? And then just kind of patch in where it has that stupid triangle piece that goes way out.
Kind of almost been done though.
So-
You got to go look at this channel called Tony D. If you go look at what he done with his Fox body before.
Oh no, his is just like wasn't his just an arrow?
Yeah, but he really worked the front end and all that kind of shit.
Hey, listen. Who do you think just sent me this?
Hold on a second. I gotta blow it up, Gary. I can't see the damn thing.
Is that the stack
A
individual
Black
injection?
06 V6 Mustang.
Blue?
Yep.
Really? How's he doing it? I sent him a text the other day and he didn't send anything back.
He's all right.
Well, who will lose? Bama?
I think Brailford's dropping in and out. He was having issues.
Ford
with-
Blue Gauge, what's up?
Ford Blue Gauge.
Oh, is he in the chat?
It's-
Yes, I need to turn my chat on so I can see
Oh,
who's down
hey.
here.
I was just
What's up,
talking
Blue?
about you,
How you
Ford
doing,
Blue. How
buddy?
you doing?
That's funny, dude. Sticking a push rod in a V6 2000.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. You know, one of these days when I get rich and nothing else to do, grab one of those and put a 460 in it.
Gary,
And then
what
keep
happened-
the 460 and then keep the
Gary,
4.6
send me that
badges, just take the dot off of it and put a 0 at the end.
Yeah, but wouldn't that kind of be like a heavy ass engine to put over the front end of that car?
Hell,
Well, that's why you make horsepower.
hell.
Well, I mean, you can make horsepower of a small block too.
With the engine that came in it, the V6 or even the 4.6.
No, I didn't say now keep the V6 in there.
I don't know, man.
Blue, what's up?
How heavy is a Coyote engine? That's the question.
because GM sucks. That's,
The blue man.
So, Ford Blue, how heavy is a Coyote engine compared to that big block with aluminum heads?
The Coyote's lighter.
That's because it's aluminum block.
yeah.
But I'm saying this has got the aluminum heads and stuff on it. So, I mean,
And it doesn't have
So-
4 cams. It has 1 cam, you know.
So a 460 in stock trim averages about 720 pounds for the long block.
And you can kill, 100 of that with heads, right? And then intake.
Shit,
The
when's the last
head-
time you picked up a 460 head?
So I actually have been. So I've actually been working on my 460 head, cast iron heads, and I pick one up in each hand and carry it. But they're behemoths.
Yeah. Well, no offense, but hell, you ain't no small dude either.
No, I'm not. But I've also picked up and carried heads and transmissions for the last 20 years. So
you used to just picking up heavy shit.
yeah. So, but that is a back half. That car that I just sent him the picture is a 06 V6 Mustang. It's back half with the back. It still has the back seat.
but that's your boss's son's car, right?
No, that is my boss's car. He's
Oh.
got two identical matching 06 V6 Mustangs, black on black, and they're both back aft.
Okay.
One has a 347 stroker with a 671 blower, and then this one is a 460. He wanted to put a 302 in it, and then I talked him into putting a 460 in it because I had some stuff laying around, and so he ended up willing and dealing with me. He got my extra 521 stroker kit, and he got a 460 block from me and my AOD with Ultra Bell big block bell housing. So that car's getting the 460 with 521 stroker with the stack EFI system and a fast EFI setup, and it's got a 660 lift hydraulic roller. It's 10.5-to-1 compression. I actually went and picked up all the goodies from getting balanced and stuff today.
Nice.
But that car's getting AC, power steering. All the factory gauges have to work, so I have to wire in all the factory gauges to work with the car. It's pretty slick.
I thought about that. So the only one that would be difficult would maybe the speedometer, because you got to have something to make it digital, right? Or electric speedometer. The rest of them, a voltmeter is a voltmeter. The gas gauge is a gas gauge. Temp sending unit.
Because it's got a fuel cell, we have to get what's called a tank from Tanks. The company called Tanks, they have a tank adapter, and any fuel sending will get along with any gauge. You just it recalibrates it, so it doesn't matter if it's a Chevy, Ford, or Dodge, or aftermarket.
Mm-hmm.
You put the sending unit on empty, you hit calibrate, and then you put the sending unit on full, you hit calibrate, and you're done.
Yeah, so even if it's backwards like GM. Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you, what is he doing to upgrade the front suspension to handle all that fucking extra weight? Because he's going to have to do something there.
So that's where I've done some research. So the 08 to 10 GT500 is a 5.4 cast iron block, which is the diesel cast iron. It's got the supercharger, and it's got all the accessories on it. So it's almost the same weight. I think it was 640 pounds, 630 pounds, I think, for the 5.4 supercharged setup in the 08 GT500. So all I have to do is put the front springs from a GT500 on the front of it, and it'll hold the weight.
Yep.
So, front suspension on the big block car's bone stock. The small block back half car is everything on the front of it is BMR member, BMR tubular arms, BMR everything.
Well, let me ask you this then: is the big block and all of his accessories and all that, is any of that shit gonna get in the way of the rack?
No, I built motor mounts for it. It's sitting in there on motor mounts. The rack and pinion, I used a Fox Body big block oil pan. It sits in there with Fox Body style motor mounts, and it clears the rack and pinion like factory Fox Body would, clears the sway bar like a Fox Body would. I kind of have been building stuff for it, trying to make it go in similar to a Fox Body with the big block.
Yeah. Is he going to be running headers or manifolds?
Headers.
What about the steering linkages and all that kind of shit?
The steering's all stock.
I mean, is it not going to have any problem clearing like headers or none of that kind of shit? I mean, all that's going to work just fine with all that.
Bigger engine bay.
It is a much bigger engine bay between the strut towers, but with the way that the lower control arms mount to the bottom of the car, the front mounting point for the lower control arms isn't even a problem at all. But where the lower control arms on the back side mount to the bottom of the car, they're right where the headers would come through. So I took my Fox Body big block headers up there and tried to see if they were even close. I took Ford truck headers up there and nothing's even close to being able to go in. So we bought a weld up header, customize your own header kit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to build a set of 3/4 mid-length headers for it because that's about the only way I can see it working without severe complications.
Well, I mean, you can kind of cheat that a little bit because you'll have your collector, but then if you come out with a pipe the same size as the collector, you know what I'm saying? You can extend the collector. That's the biggest thing. I mean,
The collector's 3.5, and we're going to run 3.5-inch exhaust under it with a 3.5-inch X pipe, and we're going to run 3.5-inch race bullets and then tailpipes all the way to the back bumper.
So what you're telling me is they don't sell big black headers for an 06 Mustang.
They not that I can find.
Well, you got to remember that engine was never intended for that car, so there's probably not a lot of
We do that all
aftermarket
the
support out there
time.
for that.
Okay,
Though.
that was the whole point. I was
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah.
So I
Like I said,
want
there's
to
probably not a
hang
whole lot
on,
of
I want
aftermarket
to
support.
say
So-
hello to everybody.
Well, hello, motherfucker. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
When you look at the picture of the engine sitting in there, there's a lot of room in that thing.
Yes, they are. I've seen that. Yeah, there is a lot of room.
I thought it was a 351.
Oh,
If you
I didn't
hang
think
on,
that.
let me see the picture. I want to see if I can look at the picture.
I want the picture.
Fuck you.
Oh, Brunsford, I meant to tell you, I never saw you talking until I mentioned something. I just thought you was being quiet over there.
I don't have the chat. I don't have the chat pulled up, so I can't see nobody talking.
There is a lot of room in there, and it sits.
Yeah.
It looks like it sits below the cowl, so there's really not a problem with the hood.
With the 8-stack intake, I have 2 inches between the top of the stacks and the factory flat hood.
Okay, because it looks like it fits in there nicely. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
does.
See, the steering
surprised at
linkage
how
and all
nice
that
it
looks
looked.
like it'll work just fine right now, but once you start putting headers in there,
All the steering linkage and stuff like that, there's a lot of room in there, man.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just saying we can't see it, Gary. It's off to one side. There you go. Like I said, right now there's a lot of room in there, but once you start bolting on headers and shit like that, that room's gonna close up quick.
Well, I'm gonna build so the headers are the header kit is 2-inch primary tubes with a 3.5-inch collector, and it's an 18-inch long collector. And what I'm gonna do is build a mid-length. The steering shaft's already in it, and it looks like I'm gonna have no problem at all. Except on the driver's side, it looks like the very front tube, I have to decide if I'm going to run it super close to the motor mount or if I'm going to run it around the steering shaft.
Why don't he do this? Why don't he just put down fender well exits on it and run the header forward? You won't have all that problem.
Because this car is going to be a street car.
He can put a damn baffle in it. He'll be good.
I like your collector.
So they make a header kit for that.
Say that one more time, Mach 1.
They do make a header kit for that.
A header kit for that car?
Yeah, for the 460 in that car.
They do?
I don't know. I'm asking because you said.
Oh, no. Okay, sorry. We Googled big block Ford header kit, weld up header kit, and Summit Racing had a not Summit Racing, Speedway Motors for $280 had a really nice 3/8 thick flange header
that's
weld
what I was
up
going to
kit.
ask. Did they get you
Damn.
on a flange or nice?
$200-something
3/8
though. That's a good deal.
3/8 flange, came with the header bolts, came with the collectors, came with all the tubing, and all the tubing is extra long. The pipe that comes out of the head is a foot long.
Yeah, you can't complain about that price. That's a good price.
Right. It's
So
a really nice kit.
Could you cheat and run all your tubes like how they go into the collector and just run those down and snake it through that hole? Do you think you could get away with that?
So on the driver's side, absolutely, and make a long tube. On the passenger side, because of the starter, I could, but you would have to. It would be a massive job to replace the starter.
Fucking take the goddamn exhaust down, drop the move the header, and
Yeah,
yeah,
pull
that'd
the
be
engine
aggravating as
out.
shit.
The easiest way to change the starter, if I built a long tube header on the passenger side, the easiest way to change the starter would be to drop the K member.
Yeah,
Actually,
screw all that.
if you did a long tube,
that's why I decided, because of the starter, I decided 3/4 inch length, a mid-length header.
Yeah. Well, if you did a long tube on one side and a mid on the other side, you'd take your torque band and widen it even more. Your peak would be lower, but you would widen your torque and horsepower band.
That would.
Yeah. That look like that would look like shit when you open up the hood and seen that shit.
Not only that, I just don't think that you're gonna get. I don't know.
I just don't think it would look good. That wouldn't look good.
I don't think. I don't think it would make the power. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
So when I did the Mazda RX-7 with the LT1 Camaro engine out of the 94 Camaro with a T56 transmission, the only way that I could get that engine and tranny in the car, because he had like a $2,000 exhaust system underneath the car. It was like 3.5 inch all the way back, and he wanted it Y-piped into that stock exhaust back in. You know what I'm saying? He wanted it brought back under the car and tied back into the stock exhaust. So the only way I was able to do that, because of the way the floor pan was shaped, what I did was, on the driver's side, I used a block hugger, like T-bucket roadster type small block Chevy header, but I put a short collector on it. And then on the passenger side, I used a mid-length header, and then I put a short collector on it, which made the tubes exactly the same length from side to side. And then I brought a 2.5 around underneath the front of the oil pan where the sump is, from the passenger side or from the driver's side and around, and I tied it directly into the collector where the collector bolted on the driver's side or the passenger side, and then went into a 3.5 inch, 10-inch collector before it V-band into the stainless steel exhaust that was already under there. And that car, it had a LT4 hot cam in it, and it had 10-to-1 compression pistons in it, and the TRW replacement forged pistons is what we put in that. And it had mild porting and gasket matching and bowl work. And that car sounded, it just had a weird sound to it. It sounded like, the best way I could explain it is it sounded like something that an import would have made V8. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It sounded correct. When you seen the car, it didn't sound out of place. It just had that perfect import sound with the V8 muscle growl at the same time.
So instead of taking a Maxwell coffee can, you took a stainless steel muffler.
Yes. It was so much work, but it turned out so amazing.
You could do like the no prep guys.
To explain it.
You could do like the no prep guys, just cut the complete front end off that car, put a tubular front end on it, and then put an LS in it, and never put the front end back on it. And that's what they do to them Mazda RX-7s that they're running. I just seen a bunch of those some bitches running dig or die. None of them had a goddamn front end on it. None of them.
So, I've been working on my heads, doing the bowl work on them, and cutting the valve guides on my heads. And last night, as I was out there working on them, trying to get them ready to go get surfaced today or tomorrow, one of the valve seats, one of the exhaust seats spun in the head when I was going around it with the grinder.
Okay, I thought you said you hit a water jacket or something.
No.
Yeah, that's
So I wasn't doing no porting. Basically, so these are 69 Thunderbird heads. They're C9, they're dove heads, but they're 69 dove heads. So Mr. Mach 1 knows what I'm talking about. They're the tight chamber, big ports, but since they can,
the head you want.
they're the heads you want.
Yeah.
But they came off of a Thunderbird. So they're the Thunderjet heads, and the Thunderbirds had the smaller valves, while the Mustangs had the Cobra Jets and they had the bigger valves. Exact same heads, but they had the bigger valves. So the problem with these heads were somebody at one of the machine shops opened them up. They just cut the valve seats for the big valves, but they didn't blend the.
oh yeah. So
So
you
it had
probably
the
got
giant-
worse flow.
They had the giant angle and it turned into a giant sharp edge.
Yep.
So all I was doing was blending that away.
Oh,
And-
okay. You weren't like enlarging the bowl or doing bowl ratio or anything.
Nope, I was just doing when you take your heads to a machine shop and you tell them, hey, if you take your small block Chevy or small block Ford heads and you say, hey, I want 202 160 valves, the first thing they do is they set the cutter up to match the valve. They cut that, and then after they come in and cut the seat with that, they take that off, and then they have a tool that's called a bowl cutter.
Yeah,
Well, it's actually called a bowl cutter. It's a 70-degree angle cutter. And all they do is they take that and they come in and they
like
cut.
a 1/4 inch or whatever just to get rid of that sharp edge, right?
knows.
Well, the way we did it, the way my boss made us do it when I worked at the head shop, and the same way I did it after being taught to do it that way when I had the engine shop, is you cut it in until that sharp edge is gone.
Yeah.
You don't just cut it in 1/4 of an inch. You take that edge away. And then when you're valve jobbing it, right before you do your final valve job, because we'll cut it with the seat, we'll cut it with the seat and guide machine and get our valve set to the correct height. And then it goes through the hot tank again and goes through the media blaster. We had a shot peen machine and we would shot peen it so it was all nice and pretty. And then we'd run it through the tumble machine that tumbled all the shot peen out. Then we'd blow it out and then we'd wash it again. And then we'd put it on the table and we'd do a stone grind. We'd actually grind a 15-degree on the top or a 30-degree on the top. And then we'd put a 60 on the bottom. And then we'd do our final cut at a 45. And then after that, for some, like if we were doing a full-blown race head, we would also lap them in when we were done. That final thing would be lapping them in. That way, when the customer put them on his hot rod motor, it didn't have to bang a couple of times before it would seal all the way. It would leave the door fully sealed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Buck, you still awake?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm just driving everybody nuts with my talking, huh?
No, we hadn't heard from him in a while. I didn't know if he was still here or not.
I'm actually paying
Talking
Bill.
about the valve job.
So
No. I was listening to Blue too. Hell
Goddamn
yeah.
angles you got to put on it. That's just bullshit. I don't want to do it, so I'll somebody else to do it.
Well, so some people say, well, I want a 3-angle valve job. Well, in our shop, everything got a 3-angle valve job. You want to talk real special? That's when we were putting a 5 or a 7-angle on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and then there's a whole science in there after your seat, the whole how much angle, how much curve before it goes into the bowl and throat ratio. And yeah, I've been watching guys who do that professionally, like the guys I've been watching's done it like 30 or 35 years, and you talk about bowl ratio. I'm like, I don't know. It's
I've got like 15 years of doing head work. And so if you wanted a standard 5-angle valve job,
I had a
we
girl like that
would.
one time.
Let's say you wanted a standard 3-angle valve job with a performance cut, something like that. Just simple.
Man, it
You
sounds
just
like you're
wanted.
ordering a latte.
It is. It really is. So we would take and back cut your valves too, because your valves are cut like most, not all heads. Like an Oldsmobile head's cut on a 30-degree seat. Okay, but like Chevy, Ford, Dodge, most of everything is seats on a 45. The valve is cut on a 45-degree angle. So your primary seat on the head is going to be a 45 too.
No.
So we would
No.
cut a 15, a 30, and then we'd cut a 60 on the bottom and bring the point up till the 60 touched the 30. And then we would put our die on it, our dicum, and then we would put our 45 at whatever thickness we wanted it. And, usually on a performance cut, we tried to keep it less than a 16th of an inch, approximately a 16th or, 1.5, 30 seconds, something like that for a performance cut. And you want it as far out to the tip of the valve to seat as you can get without being on the straight part of the valve. You want it on the 45. And then at the top of the 45 on the edge, called margin. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want it on the margin of the valve. You want it right before you get to the edge. So then we would take the valve and put it in the valve grinder. And on the back side of the valve, we could cut a 30 and a 15 on the back of the valve, and because you have the sharp edge on the valve, we would cut the sharp edge off and actually round the back of the valve.
So you would
then
take
the
out the
airflow-
evaporation ridge? Is that what you're saying, or would you leave that evaporation ridge in?
We on a performance cut, we always cut it off.
Did you ever do? I've seen this one guy who does texturing on the valve.
I've seen people do that too, but we never did. What we found, of course, we have a lot of dirt trackers here, and that dirt trackers stay in the 7,000 RPM range.
So you wouldn't want to do that on that. But if you got a street rig, you would want to have that boundary layer. I think that's what that does, and then it keeps your fuel more atomized.
Yep. So
7,000, it doesn't matter. It's just dumping it in.
What we did was we would rough it up. We'd use like an 80 grit paper and rough the back of the valve on the intakes. And then we would polish the back of the valves on the exhaust. Just like you can polish your combustion chamber like glass and polish the exhaust ports like glass. But we always hit our intake ports with 80 degree or 80 grit.
Yeah. That way you have that boundary layer on it so the fuel doesn't fall out of the air, basically.
Yep. We had one dirt tracker who was very firm in believing he would run his high-rise single plane intake, and he would put a gasket on the intake. He'd put a gasket, and then he'd put a stainless steel window screen on it.
Yep.
Then he'd put another gasket, and then he'd put his 1-inch spacer plate.
Yeah.
And then he'd put another gasket with a 4-hole plate, metal plate would be next. And then he'd put another gasket, and then he'd put his carburetor on.
So I remember they used to sell the gaskets, the intake gaskets remember that with the screen in it?
Yep.
Yeah. But if you text your intake, and here's what it's like, Charles Servadio cylinder head porting. That's his channel. He showed how he did his texture. He'd take a really beat up, aggressive bit and he'd spray it with I think WD-40, and then go in there and it just beats a texture into the head.
What I like to use on the intake ports is a carbide with about randomly half of the teeth broken.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what he was doing. I think he sprayed it with WD-40 or something for whatever reason, and that's what it did. And you have this little beat up looking area all over it.
Yeah, and you let it bounce. If it wants to bounce, you let it bounce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably what he does. And he does is, the intake ports like that on the street vehicles. He's like, yeah, I'm losing flow, but you're gaining more power.
And on like the full blown race cars that you're running like alcohol and methanol and stuff like that in, you can polish the, alcohol. You want alcohol. You don't really want it to atomize. You want it to spread, but you don't really want it to atomize. You do want it to spread out, but you want it to be smooth. So you could polish the intake ports and stuff like that when you're running a full alcohol or a full blown race fuel like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on my 360, I actually polished all the chambers, like what you say, and a smoothing out, polish it. And I did like what you said, is take out all the lumps and bumps and overhangs and stuff. I really didn't do very much guide boss. I'm learning more about how to actually port ahead instead of, a general cleanup or a first cut or whatever. So that's coming up next. Is I want to do actually Christmas. I plan on picking up my dad's 70 Dodge truck, and that's the one I'm putting the 30 over 318 in. I want to go through and actually port the heads, so I'll need to build my flow bench before I do that. But I almost got all my pieces for it. Just got my manometer in, so I'm going to be doing that method and just have an Excel sheet to calculate the pressure difference. But
well, pretty soon here I'll be showing somebody how to clearance a block.
Oh, nice. Sledgehammer? Chisel?
What are you stroking?
Barbecue mics.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna stroke Barbecue Mike? I mean his motor?
No. I'm going to help him build a engine that goes in a car.
Stay focused.
So I gotta, it's like when he told me, you told me, I said, how do I do that? He goes, get a carbide bit, just fucking grind it out.
Go start calling Funky Stroker Ace.
That's funny. So the first time I started doing it, I was being real gentle. I was all worried and shit. And then I went over to the second one and I got more aggressive with it. And by the third one, I was just like,
you ain't got time for that. Let's just get this thing done, right?
like, why am I being gentle? It's fucking steel. It's got to get fucking chewed up.
It does.
Yeah.
The trick is, so what I do when I'm clearancing a block for a stroker is I put the bearings in, I put the crank bearings in, put the caps on, lube them up real good, and torque the caps on. And then what I do is I take masking tape and I put masking tape around the piston just up by the rings. So, and then I make it to where it slides in the cylinder kind of stiff, like a set of rings would hold it.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to hurt the rings. I don't like hurting the rings. I don't like using the rings until I'm assembling for the final time. I leave them in the fucking box. Okay. So what I do is I put rags around all the journals just to keep any metal shavings from getting in the oil hole. So I'll take a red grease rag and I'll tie it in a knot around all the journals. And I'll put one rod, I'll put one piston on one rod, and then I will take that one piston and rod and I'll put the bearing in it and I'll lube the shit out of it and I'll put it in the cylinder and I'll torque that cap and I'll roll the motor around until I see exactly where it's touching. And then I grind that spot exactly until I have 60, 80, 100,000 clearance, depending on the motor.
That is not how I did it at all.
You said, that looks good.
When I had it in there, I'm like, well, it needs to be cleared right here. So I made a little mark with a thing, took the engine apart, grinded the shit out of all them things, and then cleaned it off and threw everything back together, and there it was.
So I just got done building a 74, because it's a 74 Dodge 360, and it came out of a 76 Dodge Power Wagon.
Oh, so that's the old LA with the flat tappet cam, and yeah, not a Magnum, not cheating, right?
Right. So aluminum head, 408 stroker, scat crank, scat rod, H-beam rods, probe forged pistons, 408 stroker with a 580 lift hydraulic flat tappet cam. I could not talk him into going to a roller cam. He did not want to
Well, if
spend the
you're-
extra money.
If you're going to do a roller, just go to the junkyard and get you a Magnum. I mean,
Well,
you're set up for it. And
we tried. I couldn't even get him to do that.
yeah, I mean, the Magnums are just a much better base. It's like they're everywhere.
Well, the trick about the older motors is they're a harder cast iron. So they're stronger.
Hmm.
The block itself is
So you're
stronger
saying when
because
they went to the Magnum, they changed the chemistry?
less nickel.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost the same difference from the Mexican block to a regular 302 block. 30 pounds in difference because
So
they took out
you
nickel.
couldn't cheat and put a girdle on it and come out about the same?
Absolutely, you can. But
Because
he had what he had, and that's what he wanted to work
Yeah.
with.
well, I know people like that. They just absolutely refuse to spend $150 on a junkyard engine. It's like, well, you can sell the one you got for $500. Go get the $150 one. You're ahead. You know.
Well, I mean, he's got a big block transmission laying there, and I had like multiple big blocks. I told him for less money, you can get the same power out of the fucking big block.
Yeah.
But he didn't
Down
want
here
to
we
do
got
it.
Transmission. Yeah.
So
I don't
it was my boss said, do what the customer said. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
He uses the truck for the Gambler 500.
The Gambler 500.
Yeah.
As long
You
as
guys
you don't
know
just
what that
sit there
is?
and,
I've never heard of it.
30 minutes,
I don't know,
you know,
but-
just
But just hearing it, it makes me think of Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
It's
no shit.
some dirt race. It's a 500-mile dirt race through some kind of trails and paths, and his truck is specifically used for. He,
Kinda like
he
a ra-
uses.
Like a
He's the
rally race?
recovery vehicle,
Like a rally race?
sorta. But
Oh.
there's like mud puddles and shit. You have to go. It's almost like a triathlon, but
that
it's
don't
for.
sound like a very
truck.
good setup for a flat tappet cam of that size if you're going to be sitting there idling and crawling, you know.
So he's not racing, actually. He's using it for a recovery vehicle.
He uses his specific vehicle for a recovery vehicle.
I got you. Okay.
And I had asked him about that idling and just cruising and shit too. And the cam is a torque cam, and we put a short dual plane intake on it, and he's got small tube shorty headers, so it was built for lots of torque.
580 lift, I'm like, usually you got some pretty good duration on one of those.
It was only like I don't remember the exact specs, but I think it was like a 228 duration at 50,000.
That ain't bad at all. So it's just a real high rate of lift cam.
Right.
So, yeah.
So in other words, he's more worried
specifically-
about torque than he is power.
He was. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well,
cam
that's gonna make some
specs.
pretty good power with that rate of lift. I mean, that's
The cam specs, the operating specs on the damn thing were like 1100 to 5200.
Yeah, but if he's
especially
using
that
his
girder.
vehicle for a recovery vehicle, then I would imagine that vehicle is probably pretty damn heavy.
Yeah.
It's on
I mean,
37-inch tires and shit like that.
Oh yeah. He's
Just for
yeah.
perspective, I got the Mopar 508 cam, so it's 508 lift and 248 at 50. So it's like you're saying 580 lift. I'm like, well, Mine's 248 at 50 to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, how much duration that thing got?
Yeah, it was designed specifically for low end torque.
Mm-hmm. What
Yeah,
brand was it? Was
I
it
don't
used?
remember if that one. So I've done several motors in the last couple of months for the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if that one was the comp cams. It was the comp cam.
Okay,
It was
because
a-
Hughes Engines does just Mopar. I've used their cams before.
That one was the comp cams, and the other one the other motor we worked on, small block Chevy, it was an Urson cam. No, Isky. It was a Isky. The small block Chevy was
Oh,
a
I hadn't
Isky
heard
cam.
Isky in a while.
Hey, Inskee's some good shit, brother. I'm telling you right
I
now,
like
that's some
the,
good shit.
well, I can't think of the name of their Howard's. I think Howard's profiles
Howard,
are
I
pretty good.
love Howard's cams and Elgin's
Mhm.
cam.
351 stroker.
That'd be
Oh,
fun.
I gotta show you. Was you on when I showed my new wheels that I got Ford Blue?
No, I had just came on. Me and the wife just got
Oh,
done
here
watching
we go. It's
the first
still sitting
episode
here.
of Dexter.
Here we go.
Are those
Mr. Gary?
Jags?
They are the Jags ones.
So that
So it
actually is
stands-
good looking for the Jags wheels. I've never actually seen them
Yeah,
except for in the magazine.
yeah, looks pretty good. Got them, well, new used. They wouldn't want to use them. They bought a different set, so I picked those up for a little bit cheaper. And it's 10 inches, 15 by 10s, and then 15 by 7s is the other ones. 5 on
Okay.
4.5 bolt pattern.
Right on.
Gary, did you ever start watching that channel I was telling you about, Keys Customs?
You know who, me?
Yeah.
I think I have, but I haven't really been on YouTube lately. So Keith's Custom.
Yeah. No, Keys.
Hey, Mark Warren.
Keyes Customs. He's the one with that 4-door black Fairlane. And them fucking badass box bodies he's got sitting in his fucking shop. Good God.
Subscribe to him.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's got some badass Fox bodies. Good God.
Hey, Mark 1.
Yes, sir.
Oh, nothing. I just want to say, hey, Mark 1.
Dickhead.
Hey,
Hey,
that's one way to get his
off here.
attention.
Let someone else get up on the
Did
panel
you
if they
try
want to get
calling
on
Mark
there.
at all? I gave you his number, right?
No, I didn't message him. I haven't messed with my phone since the other day when I messaged you.
He
Did,
I sent him those fucking valve covers and told him, and he never messaged me back. So
I
did you ever
told
figure out
you
what was
what I
causing your
told
internet
you.
problem?
Huh?
I was asking Blue, did you ever figure out what was causing your internet problem the other night?
I'm in the house messing with my phone. Other than that, my phone has been used strictly for music.
Okay.
All right, well, y'all have a good one.
All right, take it easy, man.
Later.
Hey, look, I'm unboxing a box.
Okay. Well, I would look at it, but my phone is way the hell over there on that table, and I'm out here in the parking lot leaning against my mom's car. So.
Laugh, babe. Because I'm unboxing a box.
Find another box.
I wonder
I will
if they give me
unbox the
another box
boxes.
inside of this box.
Blue, I will unbox the box as soon as my damn new RC car gets here. $1,600 later, I'm still waiting on somebody to get here.
Look what I unboxed.
Oh, hold on, I'm walking my fat ass
Anybody
over
know
here
what
to the
it
phone.
is?
yeah, I know exactly what it is.
Well, hold on. As soon as I get to my phone, I'll be able to tell you if I can blow the screen up enough to see it. Well, I see it. Is that
Salty ain't that hard. Come on.
He says he's an old hot rodder.
Yeah, that's the goddamn shit. What is that
Come
motherfucker?
on, Salty.
I can't spit the fucking name out of it.
I don't know.
I know exactly what that motherfucker is. I'm just trying to spit the fucking name out.
Spit it out, Salty. You're a spitter. Go for it.
I'll give you a hint. It goes over the top of your rockers.
Yeah, I know it's a stud girdle. Yeah,
Big block
for some
Ford-
reason I
big
couldn't spit
block
the fucking
Ford
name out.
stud
I don't know what the
girdle.
fuck was going on. So what now?
Big block Ford stud girdle.
Yeah, I couldn't spit the fucking name out. It was right on the tip of my fucking tongue, and I was like, "Damn, why can't I say this fucking word?"
And my polylocks.
Maybe your mouth was full, Salty.
No, I was looking straight out. I like those. I like that it's billet though. That's billet aluminum, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that motherfucker's good looking damn stud girl, man. I just couldn't spit the fucking name out. You know what I mean? I knew exactly what it was. I was like, well, fuck, I know what it is.
I'm
Top
excited. I'm trying to keep a 660 lift solid roller cam valve train in place.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. Because you're gonna be like your typical burnout guy. That's something that you're gonna be living at a high rev a lot.
I thought I would be safe and set the RPM at a factory, the rev limiter at a factory Fox body 6250, and I'd set the shift light at 58 or 59.
Oh well, that's encouraging to know.
That's a lie.
It's a big block. Man. I shouldn't have to spin it. I'm not going to say that I didn't have it balanced, and I'm not going to say that I didn't use ARP bolts or ARP
All that
rod
good
bolts
shit.
and
Yeah,
ARP
we know
main
you're gonna
studs
spin
and
it.
head studs.
I just hope we don't hear this damn thing. You come back on the live stream one day. Hey guys, I dropped the valve.
That's why the fuck I'm having valve seats redone. So the machine shop told me, he said, here's the deal. He said, I can charge you, but since you worked in a machine shop and you had your own machine shop, he said, this is what I'll do. I'll just sell you the seats. You can put them in yourself, and then we'll cut them and surface the heads and get it all set up. And it won't cost you anything other than the price of the seats.
So you are using studs, right? And not bolts for the heads.
On what?
The fucking heads.
I got ARP main studs in it, ARP head studs.
Okay. I just want to make sure
Yeah,
you're using studs, not bolts.
This is just a regular street motor that I'm putting together for my pickup
It
truck.
doesn't.
But
It
I
doesn't
wanted
matter
to
if
make
it's
it
regular.
where
Anything under your foot is not regular.
I just wanted to put it together to where I didn't have any fucking issues with it. I wanted it to be long lasting.
And that's what I was trying to explain to Barbecue Mike when he was asking us about a cam that I have never heard of and all that kind of stuff. I was like, look, man, save your money and build the top end of your car one time. Don't skimp on the valve train because that shit will let you down.
What cam did he ask you about?
Man, I cannot remember. It was some kind of off the wall cam I had never heard of.
I wonder if it was the cam that I recommended him for him.
I'm not sure. I can't remember now. It's been a few weeks ago when we was all on here talking about it though. But damn, I can't remember what the name of the cam was.
If it's the cam that I recommended for him, that'll make a 347 piss the fuck off.
Well, if I ain't mistaken, he had mentioned something about something that you recommended, so it might be.
It could be very well that cam. Well, me personally, I hadn't that when he mentioned it. Damn, I can't remember what the name of it is now.
Elgin? Was it an Elgin cam?
I don't know.
I don't remember that being the name.
Probably an Elgin 1536 or 1356, something like that.
I don't think he ever gave us any numbers, did he, Gary?
Well,
I think he just gave us a name, didn't he?
I wasn't there when he said that, but he's in the chat. Here you go.
I know. That's why I keep I'm hoping he would type it back in. Yeah, I'm hoping he would type it back in again.
There it is. He typed it right there, Blue.
Yes, the Elgin 1846 P cam.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That cam will be pissed the fuck off.
Okay. Well, if you've heard of it, then I'll say Barbecue Mike buy it then.
I've ran it multiple times. I've personally ran it.
Well, I was just mainly telling him, like, look, don't skip out on like valve springs and shit like that. Make sure you get some good shit because you don't want to have to build your shit twice. The ideal thing is build it once and be done with it.
Well, and he sent me the link to his heads. I looked up his heads, and went off of the springs and the spring pressures that the heads come with and his rockers, and that is the max biggest cam he can run.
Yeah, but when
To be
you
able
start
to
running
just bolt
big
it
cams
together.
and shit like that for the street, now is that going to be conducive to cruising and shit like that, or is it going to cause his car to sit there and surge like he's sitting at a drive-through and I'm over here going, you know, that's
No,
aggravating as
'cause
shit.
if
We've all
you-
been there.
So that cam does require a 28 to 32 stall converter minimum. It would be happier with a 3000 to 35 stall. And it would be happiest with a 410 gear. But with injection, EFI, a tunable injection, he will be able to tune out a lot of the surge that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it does still require a stall converter. But
So-
that is a pissed off camshaft.
The question is he going to be able to drive that car to Jackson, Tennessee?
Like,
If
can he
you don't
get in
mind
it and
putting gas
drive?
in it.
If you don't mind putting gas in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the deal. When you're building a hot rod, are you actually fucking looking for mileage or are you looking for mileage?
You shouldn't be looking for mileage.
My thing is that if he's going to take that car on road trips,
Yeah.
he needs to think about it.
Yeah, 100%. And that was my
Fair.
thing, Gary.
He's
The
not
trick
building a race
is-
car. He wants something to have fun with, but still, go on long trips with too.
But he did also say he was keeping an automatic in it. So if he keeps an overdrive transmission in it, and that car would be a 475 car, that is a close ratio transmission, but it's tall geared. So a 410 gear with a 28-inch tall tire and overdrive will be happy as fuck at 65, 70 mile an hour, and it won't suck too much gas out.
Too much gas.
Right.
Is he actually going to run? Is he going to keep those 20s on his car, or is he going to actually downsize his wheels and stuff? Just out of
Fuck, you
curiosity.
don't even have to downsize his wheels. He can keep the 20s. They make a 28-inch tall tire for a 20.
Yeah, but does his fender and his inner fender well have the clearance for that? On
The
a
fucking
SN95.
inner fender doesn't know that it's a fucking 20-inch rim inside of that 2810 tire.
Oh, I know that. I know that. What I'm saying is, does the inner fender and all that, and the inner fender well and all at the top of the damn inner fender well, does it have the clearance for that though? When you put a 28-inch on a 20-inch wheel, dude, you getting up in size and tire.
Hang on a second, though. But you got to understand, though, Salty, it's still going to be a low profile tire.
Yeah, it's still gonna be a low profile. I agree.
I don't see him having an issue.
Okay, I'm just
see,
curious. I'm
Mr.
just
Mach
asking.
1,
Just asking.
Mr. Mach 1, you see what I'm saying? A 2810 tire is a 2810 tire.
And we're talking about the height of the tire.
Yeah.
Right. And if the car will fit a 28-inch tire, it doesn't give a shit if it's a 14-inch rim or if it's a 22-inch rim.
Yeah, but the thing about it is,
28-inch tire.
It's still a
Yeah,
low
but-
profile tire, so there should be no issues.
Right.
but what I'm saying is, the current tires he's got on there, are they 28s or are they 26s? Like most people run on a Fox body, which is a 26.
18s.
So the biggest problem he's got to worry about being able to tuck a tire underneath it is what's the offset of the rim.
But
Yeah,
thing is,
100%.
he's got 18-inch wheels on his car, or 18.
Oh, okay, 18s. Okay, see, I thought he had 20s. Okay, my bad. I could have sworn I watched his video. He had the 20-inch. What is the famous dude, Foose wheels or whatever? I thought they were 20s. My bad. I'm sorry. I thought they were 20s. My bad.
So
Yeah, my biggest concern with him is he wants to be able to drive it on the road. Like I said, if he wants to drive to Jackson, Tennessee for Ford Takeover, or South Carolina for whatever, you know what I'm saying, that he can still be able to do that. That's the main.
Yeah.
So if he's wanting it more driver friendly and less pissed off, I would probably step the cam down.
I say, why not go with something similar? I mean, this is just me thinking outside the box. Why not go with something similar like what Funky has? Because Funky can do all that with his car, and it's still pretty damn quick. I mean, look, he kicked the fucking GT500's ass, so it's good.
Because he didn't ask when he messaged me. I'd have to look back through the messages, but when he messaged me, he did not ask for a mild cam.
Yeah, I know. But I talked to him on the phone. And he told me, he goes, "When I get this car built, first motherfucker I'm going after is Sublime." That's what he told me on the phone. That's exactly what he said.
So, if you ask me for a mild street cam or a medium street cam, then I'm going to give you mild or medium street cam numbers. But if you ask me for a pissy cam, then I'm going to give you pissy cam numbers.
True. I mean, hell, all you're doing is giving him what he asked for. I agree 100%.
Right.
And remember, my cam, it's retarded 4 degrees.
Which just brings in the events later.
What?
Well, if you ever decide to upgrade your engine, you can always add that 4 degrees back.
Well, that's
No,
what-
say if you ever get you like a Pro Charger, whatever that was that Gary had on the 93 he just sold,
Yeah.
you can always add the 4 degrees back later, and then you'll have a pretty pissed off car.
with Tony, when he's telling me, he goes, man, when I told him, when he's porting all my stuff, and I said, this is what I got, and he goes, well, you need a bigger cam. I go, what do you mean I need a bigger cam? This is what I got, because I bought it for the 306. And then this happened, and then we ended up having to go stroke. We ended up stroking it, and then, he goes, "I'll tell you what." He goes, "Retard at 4 degrees. It'll give you more high end. You'll thank me later." And I am, because it's fun.
So
and I whoop
so
Sublime's ass. I treat his ass.
Hey, you've accomplished everything you need to accomplish with that car already. You don't need to prove nothing else.
So, advancing brings in the events earlier, which brings the RPM down, which gives you more low end. Retarding it brings the events in later, which ups the RPM and gives you the power at the upper parts of the RPM band. Okay.
Well, since I've never had a turbo or a supercharged car, I've never owned one of them. So let me ask you, if Funky was to ever put a system like Gary just had on the 93 that he just sold, the little, I can't remember, Paxton. I can't remember if it was a Paxton or what it was on that car. But if he was to add that to his 347, all right, what would you suggest? Just leave it retarded with the 4 degrees because to bring the boost in later, or would you want to add the
If I remember
4 degrees
correctly,
back to bring it
that
back
was
in?
an Anderson N41 cam.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, a centrifugal supercharger with that cam on a 302 prefers to be straight up, but that's also with the 302. I have no experience with that cam and a supercharger on a 347. My buddy has a 302 with that cam and twisted wedge heads with a Vortex supercharger on his car.
Yeah, see,
And
like I
he
said, I don't
said
have any
he
knowledge of
tried
all
it
that shit.
advanced.
That's why I'm asking.
On that 302, he's tried it advanced and retarded, and it's happy as straight up. Now, that's also with twisted wedge heads on stock pistons, and they cut the fucking valve reliefs themselves in the garage with the fucking die grinder.
I was gonna say that.
I'm not shitting you.
Hey, if you can,
does it look like
if you can do it, you can do it.
Does it look like somebody dropped a fucking piece of aluminum on a rock?
No, it actually didn't look horrible, but it didn't look professional either. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, does it work though?
It fucking works. He's got like 25,000 miles on the car since he did
And that's
it.
all that matters. It ain't got to be pretty. It just has to work.
Like, that well don't look good. Yeah, but it's fucking holding.
Yeah,
That's
no
right.
shit.
That's right. That's right. Hey, pretty ain't always fast, right?
No, and sometimes ugly isn't always slow.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it don't always have to be pretty to perform the way you want it to perform.
Right. So,
I mean, the exterior of the car can look like whatever you want, but how shit looks in the engine, only
the person building and the builder, or the person building it itself, they're the only ones that need to know all that shit. If it works, it works.
Yeah.
You gotta understand though. I mean, remember back in the day, in order to have boost on a car, you had to have flow compression. It ain't like that no more.
Right.
Shit. My boost was always called nitrous because I never had anything else.
So, talking about boost and low compression and high compression. So, the big thing nowadays is to take a Coyote with 12-to-1 compression or 12.5 compression or whatever the fuck they are and put a Whipple on it.
Yes.
Man, I'm telling you right now, these people putting turbos on them son bitches, boy, they are getting down.
I know.
They
Okay.
are fucking getting down, dude.
So because I did all the wheeling and dealing with my boss on my 521, my extra 521 stroker kit, my stroker kit is now a 532 because of pistons and because of the because of my block is damaged at 30 over. So we've got to take it 80 over. And
Ooh-wee.
that shit, a big block Ford, you can take them 160 over. It ain't even scary. It's not even scary. You take it, dude. They have 120 over pistons on the shelf at fucking Summit Racing right fucking now.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, but
Okay.
with the big blocks, I'm going to go back to what I said 5 years ago. You want the older style big block.
Yes. So, and which all of my blocks are 71 to 70 to 73, basically. I have one of them is a 70, and then they go up to 73. So all my blocks are the old good.
75 or newer. It's not. You shouldn't do that.
Right.
Is that where you start
So-
running all the emission shit and all that stuff on them then? Is that what y'all talking about?
No, so the cast iron is still the same, and I don't know all of what Mr. Mach 1 is talking about, but with my research, the difference is internal to external cranks some of them had more room than other ones. So like if you put an external crank and an internal motor, you don't have a problem. But if you put an internal crank and an external block, you have a fucking problem because the crank throws, the counterweights themselves will hit the fucking walls.
Well, and another thing is the blocks just aren't as strong.
Well, is anything as strong made newer than it was older?
Exactly.
Right. So I mean,
I don't have very much experience
right?
with big blocks and stuff like that.
what'd you say, Mach 1?
There is no argument there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I mean, look at our fucking teenagers. Our teenagers compared to what we were or what our parents were when they were teenagers.
They're fucking candy asses.
No shit. So,
I mean, this is the best way to put it. They're fucking candy asses.
right.
And that's the same with those blocks. After
Yep.
the year, they're candy asses.
Because I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you, when we were growing up in our generation,
If you're going to do a mild build on them and stuff like that, they're fine. They really are.
Yep.
But if you're going to go up and above, stay away from those blocks.
So,
I'll say it is.
and here's the funky part about it.
Funky.
No. So the later blocks, do you know what is considered a fucking mild build on the later blocks? 800 horse. 800 horse. Okay.
Shit,
older
back in the day,
blocks-
we would fucking give our left nut for fucking 800 horsepower.
Yeah, but
Holy
the older
shit.
blocks, they're capable of handling 1800 or 2000 with like ARP studs and a girdle and shit like that.
Yeah,
They're
but
good.
you gotta remember, back in the damn 80s, all that kind of shit was fucking. You're talking French to most people that couldn't afford nothing like that.
I'm just saying.
Somebody's
no,
on my porch. Hang on.
I have seen guys with later model 460s in their cars, and they go ahead and they put blowers and turbos and stuff on them. They just don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't perform right,
Well,
or at least up to what the older ones do.
It's not going to last like a 1970 block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, I've never really had experience with the big blocks very much at all. You know, I mean, I was always the cheap small block guy that went to the junkyard and got another one when I cracked the fucking block. So,
So-
but they were cheap. They were cheap back then, and you could get. I mean, every junkyard had 500,000 goddamn 302s in it, like every junkyard now has got 500,000 LSs in it.
But I'm a Ford guy, and I really like Fords. But if I'm going to go big block, I like the Chevys.
And I know why, and I'm going to say that's probably because of, one, your personal experience with the big block Chevys and big block Fords you've already had, and two is going to be probably because of the access to parts.
Well, the access to parts is 100%, but I really never fooled with big block Fords.
See, me
And
neither.
what was your
me
biggest
neither.
issue with them?
Huh?
What was your biggest issue with them?
If it's anything over, well, like you said, we'll say a 75, like you said. Anything over a 75, I've had issues with those in stock form.
Yes.
So that's the thing. The old Thunderbird engines and stuff like that, I've never had any issues with. But the newer ones, I've had issues with them in stock form. I've seen people put cams in them and fucking break the blocks.
Yep. I've heard of shit like that too.
You know what
Just
I'm
from
saying?
reading.
You know,
Yep.
in working in a junkyard, we see this more often than what an average person would see. Am I right?
Yes,
Right.
I agree
Yes.
100% with that. Yeah, y'all probably see a lot of shit that the average person don't ever fucking see.
Exactly. And just like Ford Blue, I mean, Ford Tech right here, he says, 428 big block all the way. Fuck yes. Hell yes. But like I said, I've dealt with big block Chevys more than I've dealt with big block Fords. And that's probably why I like them.
Me too, because like I said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm not a fan of a small block Chevy, but I do like the big blocks.
Right. And I'm the same way. But
But see, I'm not a hater of small block Chevys either, because you can make really good power with those damn things.
nah,
And that's-
okay,
that's
hang
proven-
on.
that's
I'm
proven
gonna
in a
call
lot of people.
bullshit. Hold on.
Well,
I'm gonna call bullshit on that. Yes,
you can't
can
call
make good
bullshit because
power.
I've seen it at the drag strip. I've seen small block Chevys make really good fucking horsepower at the drag strip.
Every fucking one of them that makes good horsepower is concreted.
So
Well, I'm not going to sit here and disagree with that one.
this is a thing, though, Salty. If we're sitting here talking to a Ford Blue, which has actually built these engines. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he's got a hell of a lot more experience than me.
All types, so he understands it a little bit more than we do.
He understands a hell of a lot more than
You
I
know,
do. I
can
won't sit here and just try to
understand-
disagree with that.
Stock form and this and that, but when it comes to building these engines and the cams and the horsepower and stuff like that,
Oh yeah,
because that's what he's done.
yes, he knows a hell of a
Right.
lot more than I could ever fucking dream of knowing.
So stock block versus stock block versus stock block. When it comes to the small block world, it goes Chrysler small block, small block Ford block, and no shit. Then it goes to Oldsmobile and Buick, and then Chevy small block is the weakest block of them all.
So wasn't a Pontiac small block pretty good, or do I got that backwards? Pontiac big block.
Olds and Buick were better fucking blocks. They had more cast iron in them, or more nickel in them. They were stronger blocks.
Okay.
And
Basically, if it's coming for a build, if you're going to build a Oldsmobile or a PBO, we'll just call it Pontiac Buick Oldsmobile. You're best to stay with the Buick and the Oldsmobiles, is what he's saying.
in my
Yeah.
opinion,
Oh, I get
yes. Now, people build the Pontiacs too, and you can take a fucking Pontiac to the moon. They sleeve them things, wet sleeve in those things, and make nearly 600 cubic inch out of the fucking Pontiac blocks. And so they'll wet sleeve them, they'll concrete them, half concrete them. They do a lot of neat shit to those Pontiac blocks. Don't get me wrong, they're not trash. But of the BOPs, I believe, because of things I've seen, they are weaker than the Olds and the Buicks. The
Yeah, I know
Cadillac,
No,
The
he's a more
Cadillac block
gutless
has always been the fucking holy grail of the weird blocks. You know what I mean?
I've seen these motherfuckers run 500 fucking horsepower nitrous in those old Cadillac.
Oh yeah. What was that you was gonna say, Funky?
And they just wanted more.
I said I always knew they were gutless.
No, what I'm saying is, I know that Blue is not into the street outlaws things and all that kind of shit. But you guys remember when they were doing the street racing, back when they were actually doing the street racing and not the track racing bullshit, when they still had all the the original cast members on there, like Big Chief and all them. Well, Big Chief, he always ran a Pontiac engine. He never went to the aftermarket blocks and all that shit like all the others did. And that dude,
and I'm not saying that
he was wearing their asses out.
But so you said that I'm not into the street outlaws. Here's the deal: the wife and I, we never had cable, so I never watched it. It wasn't that I wasn't in it; it's just we just never did.
Yeah, I remember you just saying it quite a few times on the streams that you never got a chance to watch it or something like that.
Sorry, but I got to call bullshit because I really believe that he had aftermarket blocks in this car. He didn't have stuff.
No. Seriously, you can go back to his channel right now, and his channel is called God damn it, what is it called? Midwest Street Cars. That is his personal YouTube channel. You go back to his earlier videos, and he will show you every single block that he has ran in his GTOs, and every one of them are damn Pontiac blocks. Every damn one of them.
That might have been when he was back in the day, but I'm telling you.
Still to this day, he still got a Pontiac block in his car right now. Got a Pontiac block in his car.
I think he's lying.
But you got to understand, the dude has always ran Pontiac. The dude knows Pontiac.
Okay,
like so, but when you seen Ryan Martin and all the rest of those guys start going to their aftermarket big blocks and all that kind of shit, that's when Chief got left behind. He couldn't keep up with them no more.
Those guys are running 2,000 horsepower. I know they're not doing that with those stock blocks.
Oh, no. Them guys are not. Them guys right now, there's not a stock block nowhere in none of those cars. Hell, the cars ain't even stock. They're all purposely built cars. But what I'm saying is when like Ryan Martin, Chuck, Murder Nova, and all of them started running the aftermarket blocks and all that kind of shit, that's when Chief really started falling off as far as winning and shit like that. He just couldn't keep up with those guys no more because he was still running a damn Pontiac big block, and them guys are running their fucking billet freaking aftermarket big blocks, and they were just making like ass loads of more power than what he was capable of making. So, and I think that truly, that's why he's not on the show no more.
So I actually brought all this up because we started talking about the compression and superchargers, and then I started talking about the 532 and everything. So I've changed my mind again. Yes, changed my mind again.
Again?
Like we didn't see that coming.
Right. So you knew that I had said that I was going to put the 521 in the race car in my Dove Gray Coupe because the 408 and the 4-speed's going in the Fairlane. Well, now I'm still putting the big block stroker. It's the 532 going in there, but instead of buying SR71 heads or buying AFR heads, I want to buy a different set of heads, which I'm not 100% sure yet. But I want to keep the compression around 10.5 or 11-1. And I want to buy a 671 blower to put on top of the big block and put it in that Fox body. I want the Fox body with a 671 blower sticking out of the bubble hood.
Okay, now let me ask you, which one of these Fox bodies are you talking about?
My Dove Gray race car.
Okay. So we're not talking about a GT500.
One he ain't never going to sell.
Right. So I want to put a 671 blower on top of the big block with about 10 pounds of boost with dual carbs on it on E85.
You can do it. People do it all the time. You can do it.
That's what I want to do. My boss just got done. We just got done building my C6 for it. So my C6 is built. now in the shed right now with a full manual, full reverse manual valve body, or fully built with a reverse manual valve body, a J&W reverse manual valve body. So yeah, my block is currently in my boss's Mustang being used as a mock-up block. And now that his stuff is back from the machine shop, I'm going to build the headers for his car with my block still in it. And then when his headers are done, then I'm going to take my block out and my block's going to the machine shop. I'll build his motor and put his motor in his car.
That sounds all good, fine, and dandy, but I want to know when we're going to hear the first fire on that GT500 Fox.
About the same time you hear the first fire on my fucking Fairmont.
The answer to that is whenever the fuck you get to it, right, Mark Warren? Who'd we lose?
That's like me getting to the interior of my car.
Bama.
Hey,
We
bro.
lost Bama.
Bro,
No, I'm just saying, you've been, we've been waiting on this first fire of this GT500 for so long because you got all of us wanting to see that car run because you got on here and talked extensively about that car.
and we're gonna
I'm slowly gathering for it still.
What all do you still got left to gather for that car?
Salty, we're going to get back to this right now. The problem is that he has too many other freaking projects and his boss's projects. So when that race car fires up, like I said, it'll be at the same time my Fairmont does.
Well, I ain't talking about the race car now. That could, he's been building on that motherfucker for 50 years. But I'm talking about the GT500 Fox.
So
I mean, what parts do you still got to collect for that car to where you can actually start getting it in the shop and putting it together?
So before I'm willing to even touch it, I need to gather. I want the entire MMR timing component kit. And I want the injectors and the fuel rails before I even touch it anymore. And I want to order axles and stuff like that. I want the car. I want the car to have a 35 spline axle, stuff like that, before I even touch it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's understandable.
I want to gather certain things for the car before I even touch it. Now, when I was out in the yard waiting for the windshield people to come do the windshield in my truck because I had broke it the night before. And I'll explain.
Did you break it or did you throw a wrench through it?
I was installing a brand new window with a brand new fucking seal. And because the guy that was supposed to come install my windshield no showed for 2 days in a row. And I was pissed off and I said, fuck it. I can rope this window in myself. And I roped it in and I got it all the way in until I got down to the last 3 fucking inches. I'm not shitting you. And I went to rope that last 3 inches and the fucking windshield shattered. It split all the way from the bottom all the way to the top.
It
And I was
have been
fucking pissed. My wife was in the house. You had your headphones on that night, huh? She had her headphones on listening to her show while she was doing shit in the house and heard me in the front drive fucking scream. Fuck!
When you got to that last corner, that windshield fucking twisted and bounded on you, didn't it?
Yep, it fucking split from the bottom all the way to the top, and I was pissed.
You know what I do?
I've done it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you do.
I'm gonna let my glass guy handle that.
It's like, Dad, I need you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I've watched him rope windows in before. He does it like
And I've done it before.
It don't look fun. I'm serious. It looks like one of those jobs. It's just not fun to do.
Man, a bunch of soapy water and a rope, you can drop them right in there. But sometimes they'll get bound up like that when you get that last corner, and they'll crack.
Sometimes there ain't shit you can do about it.
Exactly.
And so I went immediately and bought the next day. I told the boss what happened. He said, fuck. And he called the windshield shop and he said, "You need to have one of these windshields gathered right now. Do you have one in stock?" They said, "Yep." So he immediately sent me in his truck to go get one and put it in his truck so he could transport the fucking thing home. And when I got home, I'm not shitting you. When I got home that night, there was a fucking windshield guy already in the driveway. My boss called another windshield guy. I didn't know while I was in the shop putting transmissions in, he was calling windshield people. And he finally found somebody that would do it for $75. But they couldn't do it for like 4 or 5 days because of their schedule. And he said, "The motherfucker, I'll pay you $150. You come do this shit tonight."
Hell yeah, I'd have been there in a second.
So he came and fucking installed my winch. Dude, it was fucking shitty, huh, babe? I was in a
Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that white Silverado I had that I sold last year? I think it was.
Yeah.
I had to have a windshield put in it, and I would have loved to have paid $150 because these guys they have a mobile setup where they can come out to your place and do it. And but they wanted $45 extra to use their mobile truck, and I was like, "Dude, I'll just bring it to you." So when I left, you got to remember this is a '97 Silverado. When I left, $265 later, I had a windshield in my truck. So I was like, "Shit, I would have loved to have paid $150 to get to put it in." Dude said, "You come right now for $150? Shit, come take my money. I'm ready." Now my brother, on the other hand, he just had one put in his 17s. It's a 2500. I don't know much about Chevrolets, what size trucks they are, but it's a 2500 HD 17. And I would not have wanted to pay the price he had in windshield.
Could be gas or diesel.
His is gas. His has got the 6.0.
Yeah. Well,
but
17 is probably it's probably a 6.2.
All I know is $740 something later, he had a windshield. I was like, "Motherfucker, that's expensive."
That's almost how much.
Like,
Well, that's salty. That's almost how much I have in mine because of buying the first glass, buying the first rubber, breaking it, and then buying the second glass, buying the new rubber, and then paying them $150. I have almost that $750 in to get my fucking windshield in.
Dude, I wouldn't even want to know how much it costs to put a damn windshield in a brand new truck these days. Like a 2023, 2022, 23, 24. I bet that shit is high as hell.
Depends on what
If I'm not mistaken, one of Shelly's coworkers just had one put in not too long ago, and it was like $1,100.
God almighty.
See, I got comprehensive on my truck. It's $50.
Yeah, me too.
So if I got like right now, I won't replace. I mean, if I absolutely have to, I'll replace my windshield. But it's just I don't know how many rocks have hit that son of a bitch. So I know as soon as I freaking change it, it's gonna get cracked
again.
Yeah, and so if I can go and spend the $50, or I can just wait till I absolutely have to, I can spend $50 and then they replace my windshield.
Right.
Is yours like cracked, or you just got a bunch of rock chips in it?
No, there's a bunch of rock chips and it's cracked all the way across.
See down here, if it's in the if it's in your line of sight, like in your view from where you're sitting looking over the windshield, dude, they will fucking ticket your ass in a heartbeat.
They will here too.
It's toward the bottom.
Oh, okay, but they don't fuck around here about that shit.
You know what I'm gonna say, Funky?
Yeah.
We're falling so close behind the big trucks.
Yeah, no shit.
No,
they're definitely not. According, if you look at the back of them, we are not responsible for shit that falls out of our truck.
I wasn't behind big trucks. The one that split across the thing because I heard one just come flying up, whack, and hit the windshield one day, and it seemed to be in the same goddamn spot every time. No. I'm talking about where it happened. When I was driving down the road, the area I was in.
Oh.
It was always in the same spot. I was like, why am I fucking keep being hit by rocks here? And
they make a film they can put over those things. It's almost like a clear wrap.
But
they don't have any tinting on it. They say that shit helps against rock chips.
But I was looking for it when it happened, and I seen it at the bottom in front of the passenger. I'm like, oh, there it is. I said, fuck, that thing's gonna start spreading, and it's about to get cold.
Yeah, cold definitely ain't good for windshield to
So
start to crack.
Cold's fine. It's when the heat hits it.
funky.
Yeah, well, see,
So
that's the thing. It's cold at night, and then you go out there in the morning, crank it up, and turn your defroster on to fucking defrost your windows and shit like that. You're right, Gear. When that heat hits it, that's when that crack starts fucking expanding like crazy.
Funky, you said this happens like in the same spot, like all the time,
Yeah, when I'm driving, it's in the same
in the
area.
same neighborhood or same road or whatever.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I
And
know how you fix this.
And I drive in. I know, go a different way.
Yeah, go
No,
a
I
different way.
was gonna say no, hell no. I was gonna say something way worse. I was gonna say you drive your little car or your little truck over there, and you get your fucking push broom out and you sweep the road for about a half a block.
Yeah, it's never like you said. Duke follow big trucks. It's never a big truck. It's usually just a regular vehicle.
Vortex says aliens.
Yeah, just slinging fucking rocks that's already on the road up into your fucking windshield.
Hey guys, you guys have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later on. Bye.
Yeah.
All righty there, Mr. Garrick. You have yourself a good night there, sir.
All right, have a good night, everybody. I'll talk to you.
I'm
Night, Buckland.
Right.
Damn, brother, you can't kill us live now. I just lit a cigarette. Give me time to finish my cigarette.
I don't know, man.
Fucker, that way when we shut it down, I can go my cold ass in the house.
Get up.
We just watched the first episode of the new Dexter series, and it's fucking pretty good, I think.
Dude, I am hooked on that fucking Landman. Dude, I've been watching the piss out of that damn show.
Oh yeah, Landman's fucking awesome.
Fucking Billy Bob Thornton is fucking awesome in that damn show. Damn, he plays such a good part.
YouTube.
What'd you say, Funky?
All I watch is YouTube.
Oh,
you don't got Paramount or nothing like that?
No, I got Netflix.
I'm fixing to have Netflix. I gotta get it this week.
I have it. My parents use it, and I got Disney and Hulu and ESPN bundle because I want ESPN, and then my parents like the Hulu and shit. So
I had Disney. I got rid of Disney. I just thought, I'm like, dude, unless I'm watching like a Marvel movie or Star Wars, there's really nothing on there that I'm fucking interested in because I'm not watching cartoons. I just can't do it.
Now there's some stuff on there I watch. There's like National Geographic and stuff is on there.
Paramount's just a really good channel, man.
But it's just because the Hulu, because of the Hulu has a lot of stuff. And then
ESPN, we got Hulu also.
ESPN I got because of UFC.
But see, I got the cheap. I don't have the expensive Hulu. I just got like the $4.99, $5.99, whatever fuck it is.
Yeah, but that's
I don't have
all
like
I
the
have.
big thing.
I have that bundle and I have Netflix. That's it.
Well, I got to get Netflix. I ain't got no damn choice. So if I want to, now I know y'all don't do it, but I watch WWE wrestling. So, and starting January 6th, they're going to be on fucking Netflix and not on regular TV no more. So,
Vortex, they renewed Yellowstone for one more season.
Yeah, but now they got this new series. This spinoff is fixing to happen. What's his name? Rip and that girl. They're going to be the main stars in it.
Hey, you guys like Shane Gillis?
Say what?
I'm trying to remember who Shane Gillis is.
The comedian Shane Gillis.
Yes.
I don't know who he is.
What about him?
He has a show on Netflix called Tires.
Okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
A show on Netflix called Tires.
Tires. It's about these guys at a tire shop. It's funny as shit, dude.
No, I'm just saying Paramount's really good, man. They got a lot of good shit on Paramount. I don't know what's happened to those guys that made them get a lot of good shows, but man, I mean, it's like home run after home run after home run on their channel now. Yeah. They got a lot of good shit. I mean, like I said, they got the Yellowstone, they got Landman, which I'm a huge fan of that show, and then they got Tulsa King, which fucking Sylvester Stallone is freaking like awesome in that shit. Then they got some more shows that are really good. But Tulsa King's gonna be interesting because the way that damn last episode was, that motherfucker getting down, woke up out of the bed and they locking his ass up, taking him down and locking him up in this little room and shit. The government's gonna put squeeze on that motherfucker. They want his contacts. They want in on the action.
They said you work for us now.
Yeah. And then the damn show ended right there. You work for us, and then it ended. So I mean, yeah, they want a piece of the action. Or either they want the information that he has to go after those guys in New York.
because that one guy came down, and now he's going to be in that territory down there. The old guy's son, that took over, and he fucking screwed all that shit up or whatever.
I know when I redid my internet plan or whatever, I guess I got Peacock for a year.
Peacock's good, man. Peacock's got some good shit on there. I like Peacock.
The lady goes, "You get Peacock for a year," and I'm like, "So."
Nah, man. Pay attention. Hey, watch some shows, man. They got some good shit on Peacock, dude. I won't hear anything bad about Peacock. Yeah, they got some good shit. I like it. I like their station.
And Funky, did I tell you I did dig out the shocks or the spindles and the intake manifold? I have them here.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I dug them out of storage and brought them home. I will try to get stuff together. We have a lot going on right now. You said
so. What else you got to get? I know you got to get spindles. What else you got to get for the 5-lug swap boat?
No, I think that's it. Probably some brake lines.
Couldn't say, are you going to be able to use stock? You won't be able to use stock calipers no more, will you? You have to switch over one.
Well, not brake lines, brake hoses. I got to get I think you got to replace the brake hoses on the Fox.
Yeah, but you should be able to get that off the shelf though, right? That's a part of right? Yeah.
It's going to be a big deal.
So when I cut them off the car, if the hoses are good usable hoses, I keep them with the spindles.
Hell yeah.
So they're coming to you with the spindle, with the hoses still attached.
Okay,
Make your own decision on using them or not.
So what are you gonna run? Are you gonna run like Cobra brakes on it?
Yeah, I got
Cobra calipers and stuff like that. Oh yeah, you probably got those from what's his name? Shit, with a red fox body. What's his name? Shit,
Demon Fox.
God. Yeah, Demon Fox. Yeah.
So you're not even all you're wanting is the 94 spindles. You're not even wanting the calipers or the rotors.
No, I got Cobra calipers or Cobra. I can't say it.
You got
Cobra calipers. I got Cobra calipers.
And you'll buy Cobra rotors. Or are you wanting these rotors too?
That's what I'm saying. Because you said you wanted to give me these rotors. You didn't know I had the Cobra brakes?
I had no clue. I was sending you the spindle with the caliper and the rotor and all.
I had Cobra calipers. I got them from Demon Fox a few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to leave it. I still plan on leaving it all attached and shipping it to you that way, unless you don't want it like that.
Hell yeah, I'm going to take it off. If you don't want to take it off, because that'd be less than shipping.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to charge by weight.
No, just send it. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the rotors would probably be good. At least you wouldn't have to guess on what size rotors you need. I mean, fuck, you'd know. You know what I mean?
Well, for those calipers.
Well, yeah. True. Well, I mean,
Cobras aren't the Cobras a 13-inch?
Yep. Cobras use a bigger caliper or a bigger rotor.
Okay. And what else do you need besides the intake?
That fucker screams at you.
That's right.
What else do you need besides the intake for the 351? What else are y'all making wheeling deals on?
Oh, I got
just because I want to be nosy.
Pistons. Oh, yeah, pistons.
I don't have the pistons no more, remember?
No, not you. He was asking me.
Oh.
Yeah. What else do you need? So.
Well, I got the rods. I just need pistons.
Okay.
But I want with floaters on them. I don't
now, are you running the stock rods or are you going to an aftermarket rod?
No, I already got those.
Stock rods or aftermarket?
Aftermarket.
Okay, what kind of rods? What's the name brand?
I think they're Speedmaster or whatever.
They're fine.
I'm just curious because I know you're probably going to build a little bit of pissed off 351. That's why I'm asking.
Well, it's the ones Ford Blue told me to get.
Okay, well, if he told you to get them, then I guarantee you got good ones in because he's not going to lead you the wrong way.
Yeah, 393 stroker shit.
Boy, that's going to be a fun. Now, let me ask you something. Now, what are you going to do with the 347 once you get the
Is it 347 stays in black sunshine? The
okay, so
it goes in the red.
Goes in the red car. Okay, goes in the red car. Now, what you going to do with the 302 when you take it out? You just going to sell it the way it is?
I'm going to make it into a generator and put it on the side of the house.
Okay, I already know you're fucking lying about that. So
I'd like to.
Why can't you?
it'd be a great running engine and just sit there and run, man. It just sit there and purr. It's a 302.
It runs good, don't it?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just the ticking was always freaking bother me, but now it's just the noise. That's their aftermarket link.
I love it when you was building that motherfucker. So, well,
And
I don't know if it's gonna be any good or not. We're gonna build it. I don't give a fuck about this pitting. Fuck it.
Because Blue sent me the link to these roller linked roller lifters, and they're $140. So I said, hey, fuck it, let's try them, man. Why not?
Well, and I told you I never used them, but I thought about it, and you said, fuck it, I'm going to jump off the cliff and try them.
And,
Hey, it seems to work, man. The little 302's running pretty good.
But it's really ticky, you know. And I was like, man,
Didn't you grind down the inside of the valve cover or something like that, or one of the rocker arms or something like that?
I changed the valve covers to bigger ones.
Yeah. Because you got the air breather that you painted or put the sticker on and then painted. Yeah. Okay.
But then, like I said, the thing's all ticky, and I freaking found this thread on Facebook. These guys talking about linked rotor lifters, and it was going back and forth, man. People were like, "Oh, you can't buy cheap ones. You got to spend the money to get the good ones." He goes, "You're going to destroy your engine." And people were like, "No, aftermarket roller or linked rotor lifters make noise."
Okay, well there you go then.
And I was like, "What? Wait a minute." And another person goes, "No, you just got the wrong one. It's just going back and forth." But then I kept listening to the guys going, "No, they just make noise because they're aftermarket, man." They said, and then finally people were like, "No, that's just not true." And he goes, "Look," he goes, "just keep checking your oil." He goes,
"Yeah,
in there,
makes sense.
It'll tell you exactly if there's anything wrong." He goes, "If there's nothing in there, don't worry about it. It just makes."
You got a magnetized oil plug in your oil fan?
No.
But when stick a fucking magnet to the side of the pan and call it good.
Yeah, but I mean, what the hell? I mean, a little magnetized oil plug don't cost that much.
But all that running I did when I first started that car, we eventually changed the oil out after that first run. Well, first series of runs, I should say. And then we looked in the oil. Nothing unusual. There was no big chunks or anything. It was just, usual wear and tear when you first started.
Your typical break-in shit.
Yeah, and I was like, we're like, well, this looks pretty good, man. So I guess we'll just keep it in the back of our mind.
Yeah, we'll just check
so
the oil.
The biggest thing that I've found people are saying about the cheap link bar lifters, is the slack. So you got your two round lifters, and then you got your flat bar that goes across. Yeah. If you have too much of this in the lifters, it can allow the roller on the cam to turn kind of at an angle.
Yeah, but I bet it's
the biggest
slack.
Fucking thing is, as long as it doesn't have too much slack, fucking put them in and run it. However,
I bet the slack you hear between each lifters, the flat bar, I bet that's all the ticking that you're hearing, though, is just what little bit of slack it has.
Yeah.
I don't think, like you said, you check your oil and all, it's nice and clean and typical what you would see after a first series of break-in and shit. Shit. Just run it, man.
Like I told Funky, I have not used them. I seen them. I thought about using them, and I read they have decent reviews. People weren't complaining about them in the reviews, were they, Funky?
I didn't look at the reviews.
Oh, no, you just bought them. Okay.
He knew that you would go back and read all the reviews, and if you told him they were still good, he was going to take your word at it.
I didn't know how deep the water is when I jumped from 7 feet. All right.
Right.
Exactly. Hey, just thank God you splashed instead of hit bottom. You're doing good.
It was one of those things. I found them on eBay. They were like $148 or $184. I don't even remember now. And I looked,
$140.
So then I looked down at the people that claim, some of the reviews are usually, not all the reviews are real, but
Yeah,
People
you can
didn't-
pretty much tell who the bots are when you start reading fucking comments and shit.
Well, and I kind of went off of, so when I look at reviews, I kind of went off shipping fucking sucked. They took 3 weeks to fucking get here. Only half of them showed up. I called, complained. They sent another set right out. 2 weeks later, they showed up. I put them in my engine. They worked fine.
Well, there you go. It's the same
That's
thing. You know
the
how it
kind
is,
of
Blue.
review. To me, that's the kind of review that's most likely real.
Yeah, and you've all know it. If you've ever bought some off of Amazon and you start reading the reviews and shit, you can tell the people that actually work for the company who's typing a fucking review and the people who actually is a consumer who's buying that shit. It's easy to read through that shit. I don't know why they even try to fucking try to convince people that, oh, we're a real person. You ain't a fucking real person.
You
dumb
finished that
motherfucker.
cigarette yet?
If you look at reviews and the
No, it's
first
about 6 foot
9
long.
are exactly the same, showed up on time, worked perfect. That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's fake.
Yeah, that's some fake ass shit. Yeah, I 100% agree. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't take a whole.
Funky's
Go ahead.
done.
Person.
He's done with us.
Why?
Yeah, you can tell he's like, well, these motherfuckers hurry up. I want to kick back and do something. I'm tired of hearing their goddamn voices.
Shit, man, I've been up since 3:30.
Well, I
Funky,
didn't tell you. I
thank
didn't
you
tell you
for
to get up
having
early.
us on.
Thank you for coming on.
You're the boss, right? Can't you go in at like 6:30, maybe 7 or something like that? I'll
No.
be in when I fucking get in. I'm the boss.
No, I opened the building.
Oh, you're like my brother. My brother gets there like an
Funky,
hour before everybody
thank you
else.
for
He
having us
unlocks the
on. I
building
appreciate
and
it.
turns on the
Thanks for
heat.
allowing me up here.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys have a
Turns on the
great
heat
night.
so all their little pussies won't get cold.
I'm going to
All
let
Like,
you
that's what my
deal
brother
with
does.
Salty later.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm out of here.
All
Thank you,
right,
buddy.
man.
I appreciate it,
Yep.
man. Hey, everybody in the chat, y'all have a good night. Enjoyed it.
Later.
Take it easy, buddy. One more thing, motherfucker. I'm just kidding. Goodbye.